This thing can't stay still. Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Conscious Reality, where we speak on the good stuff. Where we speak on love, relationships, and spirituality. This time we're speaking on love. Because I think a lot of us just need this kind of word right here. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? Happy Thursday. I hope Thursday brought you some happiness and some peace. I hope Thursday brought you some love and some good stuff. And I hope that everybody is doing amazing. Hey, Jamisha. You been waiting for a live, Jamisha? Really? You be liking my lives? You be digging my lives, Jamisha? You be digging my lives like this? I appreciate you. It's good to see you. Kajal, how you doing? Hey, Florence. Hey, Faith. It's true you cut your dreads. I've been missing them. Oh, okay, so I've been slacking off, huh? Hey, Stacy. Cut the live. Hello, hello, hello. Stacy, hello. Hey, Alyssa. I know you all be digging my lives like this. You know, I come on here and I just talk and talk and talk. I know you all be feeling me like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes I come on here and sometimes, right? Let me tell you guys something, right? Sometimes I know I have some weird things that I speak of. I know I got, Regina, what's going on with you, girl? I ain't seen you forever. I know I talk about some weird stuff, and I talk about some different type of stuff. And to be honest, I've never heard many people talk about certain things that I speak of. And I know sometimes I feel like, man, I did getting my point, I know I sound kind of weird, sound kind of ridiculous sometimes. Hey, Scorpio Queen, how you doing? Michelle, how you doing? Florence, you look so boyish. Esther, how you doing? You said I look boyish. Happiness, how you doing, my way? Being in school. Okay. Hey, Empress, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you guys. Hey, Miss Whitney, showing up. What's good? Yeah. So I know I come on here and I speak some different type of stuff. I bring some different type of knowledge, um, and I know sometimes it's hard to receive because I think I'm misunderstood a lot. I think people assume that I'm coming from a judgment or from a hard place, and I'm reading that. People assume that I'm coming from a harsh reality or a harsh judgment zone. Hey, CG, good to see you. And I'm not. I'm just bringing some type of information that I think a lot of us didn't get growing up. What's up, Dex? I see you. Right? A lot of us didn't get growing up. So I bring this information because I know if it's useful to me, it has to be useful for someone else. You know what I mean? Thank you, Scorpio Queen. Seriously. I know if it's useful for me, to me, and it changed my life, then, and I was a hardhead, it must change somebody's life too. And so I'm happy to come on here and I speak, and I appreciate the ones who come to listen or to, um, well, good, Dex, good, I'm glad. I'm actually appreciative of the people who come. Hey, Miranda, I saw you. I was like, where's Miranda? So I'm very appreciative of the ones who come and listen and contribute and talk and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys, man. So listen, man, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I can't talk long. I can't talk for too long because I can't talk for too long because you all know I got the little ones here. So, oh shoot, dang it. What was it? Oh shoot, no, nope. I meant to hide that guy. So yeah, listen. So I know that you guys. I posted a video, and I want to come back to it. I posted a video earlier, or a couple days ago, and it was about healing, right? It was about healing. Hey, Linda, it was about healing, telling you that there's nothing wrong with you, telling you that the love that you experience, you just gotta realize that if you have the opportunity to love, you gotta be okay because a lot of us, there's nothing wrong with us. We think that we are hurt. Nani Puffins, you're always coming with the gifts. I appreciate you, girl. How you doing? Thank you, thank you. You know what I mean? I think a lot of us think that something is wrong with us, and so we think that we are hurt. And I posted a video of our healing, and I get so many people in my inbox. I had about 20 people in my inbox yesterday and today. Um, I got like 20 people in my inbox telling me they hurt and they want to talk, and I'm like, you know, we really do feel hurt, but the reality of it is not what we think. Do you see what I'm saying? Thank you, Claudia. Facts. The reality of it is not, no, it's Cornelian. The reality of it is not really what we think. I think many of us, I get people saying, I will never love again. I don't want to love again. Love hurts and love all these things. And you know what, to be honest, I think we experience people who don't love us, people who lack love, and we say love hurts. And I think it's not love that hurts. It's people who don't love us that hurts us the most. The ones who love you actually are mindful. They actually care. They want to see that you are doing okay. They want to speak to you. They want to communicate with you. They want to make sure you are comfortable. And the ones who don't love us, so you know what I'm saying? It's not really love that hurts. Is you think since I love you, you have to love me back. And I think that's our problem. Hey, Patty. I think that's our problem. We think, well, I'm using my free will to love you. So therefore, I'm using my free will to love you, and I expect you to use your free will to love me back. And sometimes that's just not how it works. Hey, Patty, that's just not how it works. And we have to understand this. You have a choice in who you love. I don't know if my YouTube stopped or what. We have a choice in who we love. Oh shoot! I didn't mean to do this. How do I break? How do I stop this, man? Shoot. Give me a second, okay? Just give me a second. I'm coming right back. Hold on, my stuff is. Oh, my stuff paused. Hey, Christine. So, like I was saying, right? We don't have a choice. What do you all think love is? Why do we think that love is such a big deal? I mean, I can't understand. Why do we think love is such a huge deal? Like it has to be reserved for a special occasion. Do you know what I mean? Why do we assume that love is a big deal that must be preserved for a great occasion? What's up, Adam? Love is not that big of a deal. It's a big deal when you learn how to do it on a daily basis. But it's not that serious. It's not that big of a deal because I think we are trying to preserve and reserve love for the last, you know what I'm saying? It's like, like we are trying to hold out on that love for the last moment when I need it. But if you understand what love is that you will always experience it. You will always have it. You will always reach for it. You will always try to experience it. You will always have it. You will always use it. But I think we only using it once in a while. We using it like we have nothing left. It's my last drop. Do you see what I'm saying? It's the last drop. So let me save it for the person who is deserving of it. The person who is deserving of it is you. The most deserving person of love is you, especially when you're talking about having your own heart. Do you know your heart is just for you? Do you know your heart is just for you? And your heart can create the type of love that you need? And it's not their love we need, it's our love that we need to connect to. But many of us, we have this idea, man. We have this idea. We have this idea. Hey, listen, if I can't, thank you, Patty. We have this idea of saying, well, if you don't love me, I don't know what. The thing is, it's like life. Hey, Rachida, it's like life. Nikki, what's good? It's like, look at life, right? Look at life. The one thing that people are alive have to face is that knowing that they're gonna be unalive sooner or later. And the ones who are not alive cannot experience unalive. The ones who are not alive cannot experience death, right? And when you talk about love, it has a consequence. It's a risk. But it's not a risk, but yet it's a risk. If you understand it properly, it's not a risk. If you don't understand it, it's a risk, right? Hey, Lisa, if you understand love, you realize it's not a risk because without it, you're gonna struggle. People ask me, how do you, what was I gonna say? People always ask me, how do you get rid of love? And I'm like, you wanna get rid of love? Why would you wanna get rid of love? Why would you wanna get rid of love though? What has love ever done to you? I thought love increases you. I thought love inspires you. I thought love makes you a higher frequency person. Why would you want to get rid of that just because somebody else? Listen, today I was asking the question. The question is this right here. When you love someone, when you have somebody in your life, right? When you have somebody in your life, what do you think that you feel? Is it their love or your love? When you have somebody in your life and you love someone, who do you think experienced the love that you experience in you? Who do you think experienced that love? Right? Who do you think experienced that love? It's you. The love is flowing within you. The love is happening in you. It's happening to your body. It's happening to your soul, your spirit, your energy. It's happening to everything. It's happening only within you. And so when you try to love somebody, to be honest, they can't really feel your love. They can only feel theirs. And if they don't love themselves, no matter how much you try to love them, they won't experience it. Have you ever tried to love somebody who don't love or who don't have love? It's hard, isn't it? It's hard for them to experience it. They don't know. They want proof and proof and proof and proof, and it will never be enough. After a while, you're drained, you are tired, you are frustrated. You're like, man, bump this. This ain't worth it. This is not worth it. Because you know why? The only love that they can experience is their own love. And only when you can experience, they can't receive it. There's a blockage. Only when you can love from the inside is when you can experience other people's love. I asked a question today. The question was, if I put my hands on your hands, can you feel my hand? You ever see that? If I put my hands on your hands, can you feel my hand? And people say, yes, you can. And no, you can't feel my hand. You can feel your sensation in your hand. You can't feel my hand. You can never feel my hand. It's impossible for you to feel my hand. If I put my hands on you, you can't feel my hand. You can only feel your sensation in your body, on your arm. And I think a lot of times you think it was their love that you was feeling all these years, and when they are leaving, you scared. But it's your love that you are afraid to leave you. You all this time is being your love that you are afraid to leave you, but you assume that it was the person that you was afraid to lose. Because a lot of us, we need an object of our love. We need something to reflect the love that we have. And it's not necessarily like that. For real, it's not necessarily that way. So a lot of us saying, I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. Why are you so hurt? Why are you so heartbroken? Why do you think that you are so heartbroken? I'm heartbroken. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to move on. Kirk, how do I move on? I want to know how to be stuck, because being stuck feels like it hurts more than being, it takes more energy to be stuck than it is to move on. Do you know that? It takes more effort to be stuck. It takes more effort not to love than to love. It actually takes more effort to not love and to be stuck than to move on. Because moving on is just accepting today. Let me just do what today is doing. But when you are stuck, you keep focused on yesterday. You're trying to feel badly, you don't like yourself, you feel pain, your back hurts, your knee hurts, your chest hurts. It's harder actually being stuck. So when people ask me, how do you move on? How do you be stuck is the question. I don't understand it. I don't know how you stuck. Ain't that tiring? Ain't that painful? When somebody you love walks away, it hurts. Hey, Olisa, somebody asked me earlier about when you lose somebody that you love. Let's use that word lose. She said, what happens when you lose somebody that you love? And to be honest, man, you don't lose nobody, because you can't have anybody, because people are off limits. Sometimes you're blindsided. I don't think you're blindsided. If you love on a regular basis, you're not blindsided at all. If you love on a regular basis, you're not blindsided. If you love on a regular basis, I'm telling you all, man, the problem is we keep love for the last resort. We hold on to love as a last resort. We hold on to love. A matter of fact, the way how we apply love to ourselves is that we think that we have to need it. We think that we have to get a promotion. We think that we have to do something good. We think that we have to dress nice. We think that our hair got to be fixed. And that's when we say, you know what, let me release this love that I have, that I've been holding inside for many years. Many of us, that love that you have, you hold it hostage. You are holding the love hostage in your heart for a right person. Seriously. for the right person at the right time with the right condition, and you hold on to that love until that person comes so you can say, let me release it. And that's when you get hurt. That's when you get hurt. Now imagine if you don't wait for anybody to release this. Imagine if you just becoming this and doing it and being that and just being in that space. Hey Ali, imagine if you just could love. Imagine when somebody comes, it won't be a difference when they go because the love was there before they came. I think the problem is it's just an emotional love that we understand. We only love emotionally. Thank you, Dex. Seriously, we only know how to love emotionally. Only when somebody comes in the picture, I'm in love. Because love now is when love becomes a big deal. Love is a big deal. But what happens, why won't you do it beforehand? Why don't you do it before they come in the picture? So that when they leave the picture, you ain't got to be scared. You ain't got to be scared of them going. You ain't got to be scared of they don't want you anymore. So that you can leave your love. You ain't got to be insecure. You ain't got to cross your own boundaries. You don't have to be hurt. You don't have to cry because the love is right there. It ain't going nowhere. They didn't give you love. You loved. As a matter of fact, it's your love that made them look good. It's your love that put them in that power. Your love that put them in that position. Do you know that? It's your love that put them in that position where they stand. It's your love that increased them. Because when you remove your love, you realize they ain't nothing special. Do you all see that? When you remove that love, right? When you remove that love, it's like there's nothing special. It's like, oh, shoot. It's like, oh, shoot. Nothing special at all. So listen, man, but seriously, you can't be afraid. It's only yours. It is only your experience. Many times, since we don't know how to do it ourselves, we become codependent. We become codependent on somebody else. That's why you are the love of your life. You gotta become the love of your life. Because it's only your love that you experience. You can't, I promise you, you can't experience my love. You can't experience my love until you get to the same frequency. You know, the book says, when two or more is gathered in my name, when two or more is gathered, then I shall be in the midst, right? When two or more is gathered. I mean, when two of us come together on the same frequency, on the same, the same level, with the same intention, right? With the same intentions, then the energy is grown and the room is filled with it. But a lot of times you can feel when somebody in there, right? A lot of you can feel when somebody is not there. I mean, a lot of you can feel it when you're not loved, but you don't want to accept it because you think love equals relationship and love equals sex and love equals happiness and love equals relationship and love equals husband and wife and love equals boyfriend and girlfriend. Love doesn't equal those things. Love is a free enough for yourself. Matter of fact, when you love somebody, you free them. When you love somebody, you'll free it. You'll free them. You love yourself first. You love them when they come. You love them when they leave, but you still miss. Yeah. No, missing somebody is natural. Missing somebody is complete. Listen, we're going to miss people all day. Yeah, but listen, missing people is completely natural. You're going to miss people when they're gone because you touch them. You already got that connection to them. It's a natural thing because human beings, when we come together, there's a bond that we form. We form a bond. Hey, Nikki Love, we form a bond. We literally form a bond because the more emotions that we use, the one who uses the more emotions get the stronger bonds. And many of you are just into your emotions. Today I said, don't allow, wait, what did I say today? I think this is something that we have to understand right here. Let me see if I can bring it up. Because many of us know how to feel emotions, but we don't know how to experience love. I think love, it punishes us. And then it punishes you so bad. And then you actually think, oh man, I can't find it. No, I can't even find it. I think love punishes us. And I think we have people who don't want to love anymore. People who say, I'm done loving. I will never love again. Somebody told me love is not real. And if love is not real, where is love exist? Only inside of you. You mean you don't have love. Hey, Tabby. Seriously. Hey, Belen, how you doing? Somebody say, love is not real. Well, I can't tell you it is because if you don't have it, then you're right. It's not real. I hope that you're not, when they said, yeah, yeah, man. Listen, it's like, I hope that you don't expect me to change your mind because you're right. It's not real. Attachment or having become accustomed to presence like a habit or another's, what you're describing. Codependency is used incorrectly, just like narcissism and gaslighting. Codependency, right? Codependency is when attachment. Attachment is a way of taking what you think that you are getting from someone else, right? So, hey Gina, thank you, Nikki Love. Thank you for the gifts. A lot of us cannot experience that joy, that happiness, that peace within ourselves. We can't do it by ourselves. We can't do it when we are sitting alone. We can't be in a blissful state. We cannot experience bliss. We cannot experience freedom. And we need somebody to come in. When we need somebody to come in to feel the bliss, to feel happy, and to feel free, that is codependency. I am dependent on you being there for me to experience that joy that I should be experienced within myself by myself. It's attachment. I need this because you're the only one that can give me this. I can't give it to myself. So I'm afraid that when you leave, it disappears. It's gone. So when you leave, I cannot live again. I cannot continue my life. I cannot experience happiness or joy. I cannot be free. I cannot feel good. I cannot feel valued because that thing is gone. That one person is gone. So a lot of time we spend our time with that codependency issue. We really spend the time depending on someone to fulfill the things that we have on the inside or that we lack on the inside. And that's when it becomes dangerous. And we call that love. And a lot of times it looks the same. It looks the exact same. But the only difference is love comes from the inside. Codependency or attachment comes from the outside in. And I think that's what we need to understand. Because when you see that you need that from the outside to feel happy and blissful and this and that, then it looks similar. It looks very similar, but it's not. That love right there will hurt you. And this is why we hurt so much after relationship and breakup. Now, I ain't gonna lie. When you've been with somebody for 10, 15 years, 2 years, 17 years, you get used to that person. You get used to that person. That person and you become one, right? That person and you become in sync. You know how they think, they know how you think, and we become comfortable. So I get it. It's not an easy thing to deal with. Here is my thing when it comes to all this. I'm heartbroken. I'm hurt. The thing is, you have to give yourself time. Right? You have to give yourself time. You have to learn to give yourself time. Somebody told me, hey, Kirk, it's been 2 months and I can't get over him and I need healing. You don't need healing for that. You don't need healing for that. You really don't. What you need, hey, Lady P, what you need is accept. What you need is to let it pass through. Because when you, when you are experiencing that shift of that spirit, that energy, you're going to feel weird. It happens to everyone. I don't care who you are. You could be a pastor. Thank you, Shona. You could be a preacher. You can be this. You can be Jesus. I don't care who you are. When you leave somebody that you love, their presence, you're going to feel weird. Because it's two energy that's coming apart. It's like a pull. Right? It's like a pull. So of course you're gonna, but we don't give ourselves the time to experience that. We don't allow ourselves to experience. We want to think something is wrong with me. I need healing. So I'm broken. You're not broken. We are going through something different. It's a change. It's a chemical change. It's just a chemical change happening. Hey, Starburst. To an extent, it's normal to feel weird of the energy. Yeah, it's weird as hell. We all feel it. I know I speak like this. And I think people assume because I speak like this, I don't experience what you experience. I experience the same crap you experience. I have the same feelings. I have the same experience. I have the same hurt, the pain, emotions, feelings. We are the same. But the difference is I understand what it is. If you don't understand what it is, somebody said, I went into shock. You will actually think something is wrong. There's nothing wrong. It's just a separation happening. It's just a change happening. It's just a change. I believe love is the ability to set something free. When you set something free, and what that freedom is, thank you for the gifts, is that freedom of judgment, that freedom of all these weird expectations. Hey Bella, freedom of all these emotional attachment, freedom of all this control, right? Freedom of emotional control, freedom to just let them be what they are. Let them be what they are. You know, when you let somebody be what they are, they can love you better. When you let somebody be who they are, they can love you a whole lot better by when it's forced. Because a lot of times we're forcing people, love me this way, love me that way. You should do this. You should do that. Please change. Please change. Hey, honey dip. Please don't do this. Please don't. We are trying to change somebody. I think when you love somebody, man, you let them be what they are. And when the scriptures talk about love, it's just that if you can get it in your heart to just love people, not because you think they should be this way, not because you expect them to be that way, not because you want to fix them into being something in your own mind, because you're not Jesus and you're not God. But when you could just accept things for what they is, let that person be who he or she is. If the person chooses to love you, they're gonna love you deeply. Not on your terms, not on your way, not in your way, in their way. You gotta love me this way. No, man, please. That stuff is just egotistical stuff. I think that stuff is just ego. Yeah, Shona. I think that stuff, you know, I never knew. I don't think my wife actually acknowledged the type of love that she had in her until I made her see, hey, you be this. What you are is perfectly fine, man. What you are is perfectly fine. Be that. I don't want to change that. I don't want to switch it around. I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to. You just be this. And I encourage you to be that. I encourage you to be it. And when you start doing that, the love that she had for me and herself was different. Because it wasn't supposed. I don't listen, my wife don't love me a specific way. She ain't got to love me a specific way. She loved me in her way. The way that she shows love is how she shows love. But I have to be bilingual enough to understand what she's showing me. I have to be bilingual enough for she can. I understand what you're saying. Don't talk to me this way. No. Speak to me in your language. Let me discern. Because a lot of times we want to hear things the way how we want to hear things. You should love me this way. Well, what if that's not the way I'm accustomed to love? You know, I can. But naturally, my first language is my first language. This is how I show love. This is how I'm doing love. And I'm bilingual. I can tell when you are giving me love. I can tell your love language, you know, you always want to spend time. Okay, this is your love language. So when you start to speak your language, I listen. I listen. Wow, I listen. Because I understand it. It makes sense. And when you understand mine, because when I start to touch you, not for sexual reasons, but when I begin to touch you, you know, and you just listen. You sit there and you listen. That's how we speak. That's how we communicate. But these days, you have to love me this way. I have to love you that way. Why? Why? This is why this stuff don't last. The relationships don't last because it's not real. It's not coming from the heart. It's coming from the ego, from where they think that I'm supposed to do it to you because. Hey, T, listen, if I don't speak my language, right, and I speak yours, when I stop speaking mine, you will never know how I really feel. You will never know how I really feel. If my love language is gifts, but you can't stand gifts, you want quality time. Now, when I want to show you how I really feel, because it comes naturally, if I stop giving you gift for real, you will never know how I feel. I can talk to you anyway. You will never know how I feel. You will never know how I feel because I'm no longer speaking my language. Many of us, we don't understand, man. We have to understand. Let people come to you the way how they come to you. Leave them alone. Let them figure out themselves and their own space with you. And if you don't like it, leave them alone. Hey, Speedy. Leave them jokers alone. But a lot of us think that we are so hurt. I am so hurt. to be able to apply this. Indeed, Bella, indeed, indeed. I'm so hurt. Hey, April, I'm so hurt. Why are you hurt? Well, he left. Okay, I get it. It feels terrible. But you're not heartbroken. Your heart is perfectly fine. Your heart is pumping this, boy, your heart been pumping that blood to your system. Thank you so much, Beauty. Thank you so much. Be hurt and leave them alone, right? you know, but I'm heartbroken right now. I can't move on. Man, listen, you can't move on. Hey, Supreme Goddess, you can't move on. You're not hurt. It's just a lot of times, man, you gotta stop saying those things, man. We gotta stop saying those things. Seriously, we have to stop repeating those things. We gotta stop repeating how hurt we are, because a lot of times we're not hurt. You are just misunderstanding. Sometimes you are disappointed. And we all get disappointed. We all get disappointed. And sometimes it's not that you are hurt and your heart is broken. It's just that your mind, it's like your mind is effing with you. Because one of the things about love is that love is present. And when we can't accept the present for what the present is, we always go back to what we know, the past. How things was. How things were supposed to be. Hey, true, authentic Jewel. How he used to, and how this used to be, and we go back to the past. And when we just accept now, and when you accept what things are now, you're not heartbroken, you are awakened. It's two different things. Seriously, you're not heartbroken, you are awakened to somebody's reality, to somebody's truth, to somebody's behavior, to somebody's action. You are awakened to somebody's true self. BLJ, what's good? So do you mean, oh, I don't know what that is, Miranda. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. I'm not saying it's gonna hurt, but it doesn't last for that long. Because once you accept the reality of it, once you accept the new reality of it, it passes. Because a lot of times when you become hurt, a lot of times, let's be honest, a lot of times when we become hurt, we also become victims too. We start telling a story that we are the victims. Many of us, I gave him everything. That doesn't make people love you. I did so much for them. I'm a victim. I heard people say, oh, hey, Kia, but he love bombed me. This love bombing stuff needs to stop too. Yeah, this love bombing stuff needs to stop. If you learn to don't let your emotions and your feelings override your reasons, your self-respect, and your boundaries, you'll be all right. Seriously, you'll be all right. If you stop allowing your own damn feelings, thank you, Gigi. If you stop allowing your feelings to override every reason, it will F with you all the time. Because your feelings are always out there. Always out there. Just, you have to use logics. You have, this stuff right here, you have to use wisdom. When do we learn? That's right, Nicky Love. Instead of making themselves sick, they will do it to another, like a dealer keeping his partner high. Yeah! Because he needs her to feel like he has a purpose, what he needs. We have to understand, man, our feelings, it doesn't really mean anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, it means something. And you got to keep your heart guarded. Listen, hey, Maury, how we doing? The best way to protect your heart is to use it every single day. For me, I'm 44 years old. The best way to maintain my heart is to do cardio on a regular basis. Is to go to the gym and work out. Is to be active. So I'm active every single day. You see, many of us trying to protect our muscles, so we're not using it. I make sure I use my body every single day and it gets stronger. Listen, if you want to love, hey, Cynthia, if you want to protect your heart, you love more. Listen, someone said, actually Christ said this too, but someone said, fall in love with everything. I learned that. Fall in love with everything. Fall in love with everything. Fall in love with everything. Many of us only falling in love once in a while with one thing, one person, and all our love goes to that one space as we focus on. It goes to, Christ said, love the all your neighbors. It means spread it out, right? It means spread that thing out. Another group say love the world as you love yourself. It's all the same. And someone said fall in love with everything. It means spread your love out. Because when you spread your love out, I want you all to understand this right here. I want you all to picture this right here. When you love everything, everything sends you back. Everything gives it back to you. Everything gives it back. When you fall in love with everything, love comes from all directions because only what you give comes back. Only what you give out can come back. No, ain't nothing coming back until you give it. Many of you don't want to give it. You're scared to death to give it. You're scared to death to give it first. You're scared that you might get hurt. You might get, you might get disappointed. What if it doesn't come back? You're scared. And so it's like money. Many of us are poor. Why? Because we are afraid to send money out. We are afraid to invest. And every time we pay bills, every time we give, we have this closed heart. And so it never comes back because we block it with those emotions. We're blocking it every single day. Every time you pay your bills, every time you scan your card, every time you give a gift, your heart should be completely open. Because that's when it says it comes back. Many of us, when we give love, we give in this scared, emotional, attached, codependent, insecure love. And that's what's coming back. It bringing some fool back who's going to hurt you and mess with you and disrespect you and abuse you. And you don't understand why. Because the love that you give back is not pure. So when you're talking about fall in love with everything, what it means is that everywhere your love go is connected to. Everywhere your love go in all directions, it comes connected. If I give the tree, have you ever looked at a tree? Seriously. Have you ever looked at a tree and fell in love with a tree? How do you feel? Have you ever been in nature and fell in love with all the things around you? How do you feel? Don't you feel an overwhelming experience of love? Don't you feel overwhelmed in that space? Hey, Stacy. Don't you feel over and fulfilled and just and relaxed? You feel whole because everything is giving you back what you're giving it. Everything. You see, when your energy leaves you, it finds the source that has a similar frequency and it sends it back to you. It brings it back to you. This is why he says if you want to experience somebody, learn to admire them. When you admire someone or something, it gives you back that same admiration. Do you notice that? You ever give somebody a compliment and they give you back one? Hey, you're so beautiful. You are too. Damn, for real? I didn't even think that. Because a lot of times, what you give will give you back. So when you're talking about fall in love with everything, it's a science to it, man. It's a science to it. It's a science. Hey, thank you, Malik. Hey, I appreciate you. Now, here is the deal. When everything that you are connected to, that you are giving love to, if one thing dies, one thing falls, one thing breaks, you still are connected to everything else. So love keeps coming back anyways. Love keeps coming back. It comes back from all those places but that one. That one is die, is done, it is not coming back. So now, bam, you still don't even realize that something is missing. Because all your love is just going out. Now here's the problem. When all your love go to that one, if you put all your money in one account or one investment and that investment crash, what happens? Tell me what happens. What do you all think happens? What do you all think happens? It's never to fall in love. How do you feel about that? I fall in love every day. It's not with people. Check this out, right? Here's the thing about love. Here's the thing that we don't understand. Here's what we don't understand. If I say I love you, the girl wants your mother back. If I say I love you, who benefits from that? Me or you? If I say I love you, who benefits from that? Me or you? Think about it. If I say I love you, who benefits from that? Hey, Lynn. Hey, Miss Virgo. So if I say I love you, I benefit, right? I do. It's me, because love is happening within me. It's happening within me. That means when I see you, it lights up something. When I see you, it lights up. I feel. It's my feeling. You don't feel it. It's my reality. You don't realize it. It's my emotions. You don't know what that feels like. It's my thoughts, and you don't understand my thoughts. So therefore, I benefit from it. So why won't I fall in love? If I learn to fall in love, I will always stay high. I will always stay connected. I will always stay free flowing. You know, when you are in the frequency of love, and I want to say in love, when you are in love, what happens? When you are in love, what happens is that nobody can piss you off. Have you ever been in love and nobody can piss you off? Have you ever been in love and somebody tried to do you wrong? You're like, oh, no, you good. Oh, I ain't even worried about that. Your boss can't piss you off. When you're in the frequency of love, nobody can get to you, really. Nobody can really bother you. Your kids don't even piss you off anymore. When you're in the frequency of love, don't your body feels more like, don't your body feel, hey Lynn, how you doing? Don't your body just feel more relaxed? Don't you heal faster? You get less cold, your nose ain't dripping enough. I mean, a lot. Your joints clear up, your skin begins to be cleaner. Some people are, because I'm pissing you off. Your skin, your aura changes. It's like a woman who's pregnant. All the love that she's experiencing within her, she began to glow. Where's the love coming from? Within her. It's not coming from her husband because the husband was always there. She ain't glow not once. She ain't glue, not glow, but she ain't glue not once. Her man been there for this whole time. She ain't glow not once. She got pregnant. You pregnant? How you know? You are glowing. Why? Where's the love coming from? From within her. It's her love she experiencing. The love that she feels for this, the love, the experience, is hers. It's all hers. A lot of you don't even realize that. So you are scared that somebody go talking about, if you go, I need healing. No, you don't. You don't need healing. You need love because that's what you lack is love, not them. Nobody brings you love. They can't bring you love even if they try. Thank you for the gifts. People don't bring you love. People reflect your love. They don't bring you, it's not theirs to bring you. They can't give it to you. Is it natural for a man to be in polyamorous relationship due to your definition of love? What is normal is what you believe in. If it's natural is different. Natural is what you practice. Hey, Cardis, what is natural for one is not for the other. Some people is naturally learn how to get money. Some people naturally are broke. Natural is not, natural, it don't go for everybody. It don't go for every man. Natural is a nature that we have because we practice and we think and we feel and we are programmed. For that program is nature, is natural. But nature, that nature to be with multiple women and married, I have different wives, I don't have that nature. It don't work for me. And I don't want it either. I really don't want it. You know, when I was younger, I thought I wanted it, but it doesn't fit my nature. But no, nature is different for everybody. It really is different. So all men don't have the same nature. All women don't have the same nature. It's impossible. It's how you were raised. If you were raised to be a slob, your nature is to be a slob. Right? If you were raised to be a cheater and you cheat, that's your nature. It's second nature. If you were raised to be a thief, your nature is to be a thief. That's just what you practice, is what you think, and it's what becomes natural to you. That is based on your subconscious mind. Your subconscious makes it natural. Is it natural that all men cheat? No, it's not. It's how you were raised, what you saw, and the program that you are running. That's why I'm saying everybody don't do the same things. Does that make sense? Does that make sense though? Everybody is not the same. Nature is not the same. A tree and a plant, two different. A plant and a rose and a weed, different. You got to water the weed. I mean, the rose, the weed just grows by itself. You were raised to have PTSD? No, you wasn't raised to have PTSD. I think many of us was raised to not have understanding of the reality, so we were lied to, and they gave us religion. A lot of times, if you don't know how to do something, they give you religion. When you don't know how to conduct yourself, they give you a religion. If you don't know how to use your own emotions, to use your own mind, to bring things to you, we use religion. Listen, religion explains a lot. And that's why many of us who are in religion still don't get to that connection. We still cannot experience that love within ourselves. We still can't experience happiness and joy because it's not really what it is. You have to learn, man. You have to You have to go through the journey. You have to become that Christ. You have to have that Christ consciousness. A lot of us thought, I'm hurt, I'm hurt. Why are you so hurt all the time? How are you so hurt all the time? Somebody said, I was raised this way. No, you was raised this way. But now you grown. See all them books behind me? See all them books behind me? I was raised broke. I was raised with nothing. I was raised with not like this. I was raised to be a cheater too. I was raised to be ridiculous from what I seen around me. But you see all these books right here? Listen, you see all these books? I have no excuse. You ain't got no excuse anymore. You ain't got no excuse. I don't care what excuse. Hey, listen, man. Somebody told me just earlier, somebody said, you know, my man left me twice and 3 times, and then he came back, and then he said because he had trauma. I don't care. Listen, you have trauma, deal with that trauma. Hey, Reese. Hey, Reese. Deal with it. Why am I live restricted for some audience? Your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Live visibility. Oh, my Lord. TikTok just messed up my life now. Hey, Piling. How you doing? I'm glad you're ridiculous. Did I say anything crazy? Hey, Campbell. Hey, Campbell Soup. How you doing? Did I say anything crazy? We ain't got no excuse, man. Oh, because of the trauma. Hey, my daddy wasn't there to raise me either. Hey, Nikki. My daddy wasn't there, so let me leave my wife and with them kids and be gone for 6 months and come back and blame my father. My father who's not even here, maybe. I mean, my father. Maybe that's probably right, Miss Manifestation. It's probably true. Somebody probably report to me talking about religion. Lord have mercy. But yeah, let me leave my kids talking about I have trauma. Man, please. We're just making this. And you know what, though? Nobody wants to. You see, we are used to being victims. Everything that happens, you personalize it. It's personal. It's a personal attack. Sometimes people are just doing what they are doing. We have to learn to regulate our emotions. We have to learn to regulate these feelings. The truth is, I feel exactly what you feel. See, the truth, that's right, Gina. I feel exactly what you feel. I feel it all the time. It's just, I understand it's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's there. Oh, I get it. Oh. You know, sometimes my wife says something to me and I get this feeling, but I know it's a feeling. I'm not going to kill my marriage because of a feeling or walk away. It's just a feeling. And this feeling comes at any given time. Sometimes you're sitting there by yourself, bam, these feelings come. Oh, I need healing. You don't need healing. You need to understand it's a feeling. That's right, John. It's not that I'm stronger. It's not about being stronger. It's not about being stronger. But rather choose fear, projection. Indeed, kid. Indeed. It's not that I'm not strong. Hey, Nelson, what's going on? I'm not strong at all. I'm just aware. It's an awareness. So take authority over the feelings. The feelings are just, okay, what if you're on a diet? What if you're on a diet and you just feel like eating, right? What if the hunger came? What if you just feel hungry and but you are fasting? Let's say you're fasting. If you are fasting, nothing but Miranda is true though. I can't stand it sometimes. What if you are fasting and you made a plan to fast, but the feeling of not, of eating some chicken and some bread came to you? What do? Do you fall for the feeling? Or do you fall for the truth? Do you fall for the decision that you made? You see, you have to understand. Food vlog, how you doing? Let me put on the lights. You have to just let feelings be what they are. There's nothing wrong with it. When you start to choose your decision that you are consciously making over your feelings, and you keep doing it, because the way how to break feelings, let me tell you how to break feelings. Let me explain to you how to break feelings. You feel it, you feel something, and you make a decision. If I make a decision to go to the gym every morning at 5, when I feel like I don't want to go, I still go. The next morning, I feel like I don't want to go, I go again. The next morning, I feel like I don't want to go, I go again. I'm teaching my mind not to focus on the feeling. I'm teaching my mind to be that. I'm teaching my mind to override feelings. And so after a while, when I feel like not going, it doesn't mean nothing. It's not a big deal. It's not that serious. I felt this all the time anyways. Oh, this is something that I always feel anyway. Yeah. Oh, what's the big deal? It's not a big deal. But when every time you feel something, you fall into it, you are teaching yourself to trust your feelings over what you know. You are teaching yourself and your body to trust your feelings more than what you know. And that's when it becomes conflicting. That's when you begin to suffer. That's when you begin to hurt. That's when the pain comes. That's when you feel like crap. That's when you think I need healing, because you are teaching yourself to trust your feelings. That's right, Purple Butterfly, indeed. So you gotta teach the mind how to say, well, I feel it, but I'm still doing it because this is my decision. You have to choose what you want to do. So when it comes to relationships, you realize if you learn to you know what your goal is to live your life peacefully and happily. When you understand that decision, all these feelings, I miss you, I want to come back, even though there's been abuse and disrespect, those don't come. You're going to be perfectly fine because you have taught and trained your mind. You have trained your body to just let the feelings be. Hey, Morocco. Overriding the fear of shame or to get to the good stuff. I'm telling you, we have to learn to put the feelings behind and choose what you want. Listen, in this life, I've realized, man. Hey, Fierce. So in this life, I've realized you have to be conscious of what you are doing. You have to choose what you are doing. When it comes to these relationships, you have to choose, not based on a feeling. Amelia, how we doing? It's not, you don't marry somebody because of a feeling. I promise you. That's right, Monica. You don't be with somebody because of a feeling. I think we are using feelings as our guide, and that's why we end up hurt. If you use feeling as a guide, if you use your feelings as a guide, when the guide is missing, you completely lost. You're completely confused. You're completely broken. Hey, Nikki, it's like somebody taking you, Gina, it's like somebody taking you to a safari all the way in Africa. You going with this guide, and this guy just walked off one day and left. You don't know what to do. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. You get scared. So when you use your feeling as your guide, when that feeling changes, oh, it's a wrap. Or when the circumstance change, oh, Lord, all hell breaks loose. Because feelings should not be a guide. Feelings should be an addition. Not the main route, the addition. Always choose. You got to choose, not based on feelings. Choose that, but based on what makes sense. This is why these relationships be ending up, I'm brokenhearted, because you're not choosing. You're letting the feeling that you call love choose for you. Thank you for helping me see what could activate me. But it's a choice. Indeed, it's a choice. Should we not have feelings? No, feelings are beautiful. If you don't have feelings, you will be numb. And being numb here on this planet don't work. But you have to train your feelings. Jamisha, that's a great question. Jamisha says, should we not have feelings? Here's the deal about feelings, right? You know what feelings we feel? Let me tell you what feelings we feel. Let me tell you what feelings we feel. We feel the feelings that came from our suffering. Thank you, Prince. We always revert to those feelings that have the heaviest weight. And those feelings come from rejection. They come from abuse. They come from some type of trauma. They come from you feeling terrible about yourself. They come from that space. I'm not Jamaican. And so that's the feeling. That's the heaviest. So we always revert to those feelings. So all our emotions is in conjunction to those feelings. They are all into those feelings. It's all siblings of those feelings. Those feelings have all these emotions in them. And so therefore, I'm not saying feelings are bad, but we have to reprogram ourselves with new feelings. Me wrong way. Yeah, T. Fall in love with life if we cannot rely on our feelings. If love is not a feeling. Love never was a feeling. Love is you. Love is your experience. Love is all of it. Love is all feelings come together. All emotions. Love is an accumulation of all things. Wait, what did I just say before I said that? I totally forget what I was saying. But what was I saying? I think it's the fear that chooses, that the fear chooses too. Indeed. It definitely chooses. Love is an action. I totally forgot what I was saying. Well, what was I saying? Listen, you all know I can't switch from one to one. I gotta, I can't, yeah, you all know I ain't that great at, memorizing what I was saying, then coming back. I'm not, yeah, love is not a feeling at all. So yes, I was saying that you have to recondition, you have to change out your feelings. You have to change your feelings. Because listen, if when you was abused, whether sexually or physically, or if you was, if you was beaten up, and if you was, gaslit, and those feelings stay. They stay. And that's why we talk, I'm not healed because of feeling. It's not the feeling, it's not when the feeling is gone, you are healed. And I think a lot of us wait for the feeling to leave. The feeling don't leave if you keep entertaining it. The feeling never leave if you keep entertaining it. Every time the feeling comes, oh my God, I need healing. Feeling is just a message. Hey, something happened to you 10 years ago. Something happened to you 20 years ago. This feeling comes. Because those feelings are programmed into our bodies. Those feelings are programmed into our bodies. They are programmed. They have synced to our cells. They have actually tied themselves to our nervous system. They are actually programmed into the body. But now you have to give the body new feelings. You have to reprogram the body. That means now you're not being hurt anymore. You're not being abused anymore. You're not being taken advantage of anymore. Now, since that is your reality, why do you have these feelings? It doesn't align. It doesn't work. It doesn't go together. Do you understand what I'm saying? If somebody points me in my eye and I feel it, it makes sense. But if nothing happened to my eye and my eye swell up and I have a black and blue, something is off. It's an addiction. Yes? Leah, baby, I'm on the phone, okay? Do you need something?
I can't eat anymore. Can I just put in the trash?
Sure. You ate almost all?
Yeah.
Okay. I feed my kids before I came on live, so she asked me, I can't eat anymore, so can I put it in the trash? Sure. Just don't ask for no snacks. Give me a second, all right? It's getting hot in here. No, you all know I forgot where I was. Feelings are somatic sensations in the physical body. Emotions and applied meaning are what create feelings. Indeed. The way how you think and feel about something, the way you beliefs, beliefs and stuff. If you can... Listen, man. I think a lot of us, we only hold on to those feelings because we live in the past. Feelings are past experiences, right? Feelings are records of the past. That's what feelings really are. It's a record of the past. And every time the past happens, those same feelings come back. Every time we have to teach ourselves. Yeah, we're still in our old feelings because we don't think that we can make new feelings. Hey, can I ask you a question? Do you know a feeling of being happy? Do you know what happy feels like? Do you know what happy feels like? Anybody know what happy feels like? Anybody? Which part is deep? Janice? Okay, so you know what happy feels like, right? Do you know what shame feels like? Shame. Do you know what shame feels like? Yeah, Kajal. When you're at peace. Okay. Okay. How do you think that you got so good at feeling shame or feeling insecure? How do you think that you got so good at it? How do you think that you got so great at it? How do you think that you can just feel insecure if you go outside? How do you think that you can just feel insecure when somebody says something to you? How do you feel when you could be insecure so easily? Here's the next question. Do you know how wealth feels like? Wealth, to be wealthy. Anybody knows what wealth feels like? Do you know what wealth feels like? Childhood abuse. You know what wealth feels like? To be wealthy? No? Security? But do you know the feeling of it? Do you know what it feels like though? So since you don't know what it feels like, you don't feel it, right? You don't feel it. Since you can't feel it, you don't feel it. And if you don't feel it, how can you experience it? How can the body brings it without nothing being there? The body knows what shame feels like, so it can bring it it knows what anger feels like, so the body could just bring anger instantly. Your body knows what all these emotions feels like and all these feelings feels like, so it could just connect to it instantly. But if you don't know what something feels like to be wealthy, to be happy, to be at peace, it doesn't bring it naturally. Because you know why? It wasn't programmed that way. So you have to program. See, listen, as adults, as grown men and grown women, you have to program the body yourself. Because the world programmed your body before. This is why Christ came to remove that program. The world programmed you already. The world gave you a program. It tell you how to feel, when to feel, what to think, what to believe in. It told you what to do, what you shouldn't do. It programmed you. That program is what Adam had. Adam was made of the dirt. That program is Adam. We have to leave that program behind and die to that program so that we can get into Christ, that Christianity, that Christ consciousness, that Jesus era. We have to die to that program and live in the new life. You have to reprogram. This is why Christ keeps saying, hey, listen, you don't know me because you're in the old program. You don't recognize me because you're still in the old program. When you come to the new program, you will see who I am. Hey, thank you, James. When you come to the new program, you will see who I am. But you're not gonna see me because I am not born like how you were born. I wasn't born a natural birth. I was born of the Spirit. You get me? I was born of the Spirit. I have no father. See, like how you had a father, I had no father because a man can't give you this. A man can't give you this. So now it means that you have to go and reprogram your body, your feelings, your thoughts. You have to change over. Get them all things out. The reason why we are so hurt all the time is because nobody taught us you have the ability to go in your grave and come back out. No, they taught us the story, but they don't tell us what it means. They didn't tell us what it meant. They teach you the story of all these stories, but they never told you that story was about you. You have to die to those things. You have to. You have to reprogram. And you know what? To die to those things is hard. You see all that punishment that Christ went through? You see all that punishment? You see all that punishment? People spitting in his face and people putting him to a cross and beating him and whipping him. You know, listen, come on now. This is us. And it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. You just look at it differently. It never stops. But after that, you have to go in the grave. You have to go back down in the grave. And when you come up, you gotta be a new man, a new woman. You gotta be complete, because now I'm the same person. Look at the nails in my hand. I'm the same one who went on the cross. See the holes? But I'm different now. That reflected that it's the same man, but different. Different consciousness, different elevation. I have ascended. We can't just come here talking about, I'm hurt, I'm gonna stay hurt, people are bad, people are mean. The world never changed. They were mean when Christ was here. What do you think? They stopped being mean? People can be people. But it's time for you. Listen, I don't know why we are. I guess I know it. I know why we are hurt. You ask what it feels like to have money. Yes, I did. But no, I forget where I was going. Miranda. But we have to practice these feelings, man. So how do you reprogram? Like Miranda just said, I asked you earlier, do you know what it feels like to have money? If the body doesn't know that feeling, money don't come because you can't be in that state. You have to learn to be in that state. Hey, Colo, how you doing? You have to learn to be in that state. Money ain't coming. Flow like water, keep a clean spirit. Indeed, indeed, indeed. You have to be in the state, but you can't be in the state if you don't know what the state feels like. You can't. If you don't know what the state feels like, it doesn't come. It feels like you don't walk around don't have to worry about feeling insecure. Like so comfortable that you forget you were nude. But that's kind of deep. But that's deep too. It's extra. Thank you, Samira. Thank you so much. Oh Lord, Stacy, you use the I word. You use the I word, imagination. There's only one place to be, is your imagination. There's two places that you can be, in the physical or in the imagination. And in the physical, you don't meet God. You don't meet God in the physical. You meet God in the imagination. You know, it's said long time ago, over and over and over, that your imagination is God. Yo, don't get mad at me for saying this. I know I got different people on here, different groups and different beliefs and different cities. Don't get mad. That's why your imagination, everything is possible. Do you notice that in your imagination, everything is possible? Is there something in your imagination that you can't do? Everything is impossible. I mean, everything is possible. You don't meet God in the physical. You meet God up there, up. Where you say up? Where? Up in a higher state, in a higher consciousness, in an imaginative state. How? Do you feel what you don't have? Do you feel what you don't have? I got your mind racing. This is why I don't speak these things. This is why I don't speak these things, Kia, on groups. I speak these things one-on-one with my clients. I don't like to speak these things in this type of forum because I don't want to confuse nobody, right? You know, I don't like confusing people because when you got that information that's twisted and sounds different, I know it's kind of hard to digest, and I don't want you to digest it. I want you to just think about it. You don't got to take it. It's not, you know, it's nobody's. Sometimes you gotta take and leave. You know, if you can't handle it, don't take it. You know, because sometimes it's not even yours. It's not even for you. So, and it's okay. When it's time, you'll get it. That's why I don't like having these conversations like this in group forum. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, don't need God. Yeah. So, do you feel what you don't have? You can feel what you don't have. There, Windia, indeed. You can feel what you don't have. Let me tell you how to feel what you don't have. Let me tell you how to feel what you don't have. Okay, Dex, you still there? I want you all, like for instance, let's say wealth, let's say money. If you don't have money, how can you feel like you have money? It's called imagination, right? So imagine. I'm gonna Dex. Can you come up here for a second, man? I wish you could come up here for a second. I could bring you up, and you didn't even get to show your face. So let me talk to you for a second, just because you asked a question. So I would like to. You know what I'm saying? Can you come up here for a second? Or you can't? You ain't gotta show your face. Okay, so let me send you an invite. What's going on, Dex?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
Yes.
Okay. Dex, where you from, man?
I'm from the Netherlands.
From where?
From Europe, the Netherlands.
Oh, Netherlands. Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
All right. So you asked, can you feel what you've never had, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do something, okay? Let's do something. Imagine, right? Okay, give me an example of what you never have that you probably can't feel.
How do you mean?
Like, let's say an experience that you never had that you probably don't know how it feels.
Like
Okay.
having everything, so you don't have to worry about nothing. Like wealth.
Wealth, okay. Let's say wealth. Okay, then let's talk about wealth then. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question, right? But when I ask you this question, when you answer me, I want you in your answer to create See in your mind what you are speaking to connect your words with your thoughts, okay? Connect your words with your mind, okay? And just visualize every word that you speak, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now imagine, simple question. If you had all the wealth that you wanted, how do you think you will feel?
Great. Like I don't have to worry about paying stuff like poverty, like difficult times.
Okay. Okay. So now let me show you what you just did, right? I ask you a positive question and you answer it negatively. And let me explain to you how what I mean.
Yeah.
It means that when I ask you how would you feel, you are saying I won't feel poverty and I won't worry. That means you can only worry when you say I won't worry. You can only think about poverty when you say I won't have poverty, right? So I'm gonna ask you the same question again and tell me what you will have. Tell me if you was wealthy, what would you do and what would you have? And as you tell me what would you do and what would you have, I want you to visualize it, okay?
Okay.
So if you had wealth, all the money in this world, what would you do and what would you have? How would you feel?
I think I would help the people who didn't have it so I can feel better
Okay,
about myself.
pause right there, pause. I want you to stop saying I want to and oh, I think I will. Tell me as in you are doing it now. So let's say I give you $1 million. What are you doing with it? So speak in the now.
I'm gonna help the people so I can help them grow. Just like how I earn it, they can earn it too.
So can you see yourself teaching somebody how to make it?
Yeah, for real.
Can you see your house that you're gonna live in?
Yeah, also.
What it looks like? Describe it.
Yeah. It's a white house. It's not big. It has a garage so I can park my car. And it's not very big, but it's livable so I can live there. Everything is nice how I want it to.
How many rooms?
I think 4.
4 rooms, okay. And you say it's white. And what kind of fence do you have?
What?
What kind of fence? Like what kind of boundary? Like do you have a fence?
I think it's a white stone fence with a black iron with black iron.
Okay, okay. Do you have your family in that house?
Yeah,
How many kids and how many like what do you have in there living in the house with you?
I think 5 kids,
Five
2
kids.
girls and 3 boys.
Okay. And your wife?
Also,
Do they have their own rooms?
everybody has their own rooms, but one sleeps with us because she's a little bit young.
And how much money would you invest? How many money are you investing?
I think 200,000.
Now everybody looking at you right now. So you walking down the street with $1 million, a couple $1 million. Everybody looking at you, and everybody like, hey man, how do you do this? How do you feel when they look at you and look at you like that man that you are, that leader, that man that you are in this moment? How would you feel?
I think I would feel great, but the
Nope,
greatest
not I will. I do.
I do feel great, but the most pleasure I get is when I see the people I help come also on top, so that they can put their life together. That's the feeling I felt the most pleasure with.
Now, what you just did, you just went in your mind, in your imagination, and you created the experience as what's happening now,
Yeah,
right? It's called, I told somebody today, I was talking to Gina, it is called living from the experience or living from the end. Not just living and seeing the end, it's living in the end moment. So you was creating a vision in your mind. Did it bring you a feeling?
yeah, it gives me a great feeling.
Then that's how you do it. That's how you feel it.
This is a great one. I learned a lot with you. Really.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, but
You don't have to ever listen. You can't. No, we cannot say. Well, I don't know what it feels like. You have to
yeah.
learn to speak it through, talk it through like it's happening now. And it brings you the experience. It brings you in your thoughts and your imagination. And then your body begins to feel this feeling. Your body begins to have these emotions. And bam, you are in the moment of having it. And when you can be in that moment and you do it again the next day, and you do it again, and you do it again, after a while, you attach and connect to it. And then you pull it towards you.
Yeah, yeah. I understand now.
Good, man. Good. 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 I'm happy. I'm glad that you do.
Thank you, thank you.
No problem, man. You be good, man.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right. But yeah, listen, man. Listen. When you talk about somebody asked me, well, I don't know what a healthy relationship. Kirk, what if your imagination feels blocked? I promise you it's not blocked because I bet, see, many of us could imagine a whole bunch of crap. Right? Many of us could imagine somebody cheating, somebody lying, somebody abusing us, somebody hurting us, but it's not blocked. It's working perfectly fine. You're just not practicing it. You have to be focused. You have to focus. You have to relax and practice. You got to practice and practice and practice. You got to take time every day to practice what you want to see. Practice. It doesn't come easy at first because our imagination go. You know why we suffer? We suffer because of our imagination. Do you know that? The reason why we suffer so much is because of our imagination. You can see the hurt that happened 20 years ago. You can remember it clearly. You can see it like it was yesterday. Yeah. You can see it like it was yesterday. Man, you can experience it and then you start breathing hard because your imagination is very strong. And when that happens, your imagination is not blocked. You are just imagining the opposite from what you want to imagine. See what I'm saying? I did this as a kid. Yeah, we did it as a kid. Yeah, we did it as a kid. And so when you see, like somebody said, I will never get over it. If you cannot see yourself getting over it, then you're right. You're gonna be stuck in it. You have to use your imagination. You remember when we were kids and we used our imagination to be Spider-Man and Superman? The imagination, you have to be in the moment. You have to be in that moment. You have to be in that time. You have to be in that now. I hear people say, "Hey, listen, I don't know what a healthy relationship feels like." And this is when you have to ask the question, what if I was in a healthy relationship? How would I feel? And sometimes if you can't get to it, think about a couple that you see on TV, a movie, a Disney movie. And as you watch that movie, imagine what the person is feeling. And because you can do it all the time, we always do it. We watch movies, and as we watch these movies, right? Have you ever cried because of a movie? Have you ever had tears in your eyes because of a movie? Have you ever cried? Right? I bet you did. You cried before because of a movie. So because you are interjecting yourself in the role. That's what you are doing. You are interjecting yourself in that role. And therefore, you pick up exactly what's going on. So if you don't know how to connect to the healthy relationship, look at a movie. Look at a movie that displays that what you find healthy. And as you watch that movie, connect to it. Because at that moment, when you connect to it, the mind does not know if you are in it or not. The mind does not know what's real or fiction from non-fiction. It doesn't know. So if you can be in that feeling in that movie, this is why it's said, be happy when people succeed. Because the mind doesn't know if it's you or it's them. The mind does not know if it's you or if it's someone else. You are the one experiencing the happiness. You are the one who is experiencing that joy. You are the one who is experiencing that vibe. So therefore, you have to be happy when somebody gets promoted. But many of us, we get angry. We get jealous. Little house on the prairie. Yes, it's called living vicariously. That's exactly what it is. He calls me, but left Kirk 1,000 miles away from me, promising me to stay, but left. But now I still call. Feel the joy in his from. That's right. Hey, Aisha, how we doing, girl? Long time to see. Listen, hey, Ila, how you doing? Listen, sometimes The Notebook, right? That's the most famous movie. My ultimate dream is to live in a village with people who are like all of you. We can pick a hot place in the mountains that look over the ocean. That's right, Morago. That's right. Imaginary turn to being successful. Listen, man. If you don't know what a healthy relationship feels like, you have to make one. You have to make it. You have to connect to it. It's your responsibility. The more you experience, do you imagine positive things? You know, this is why the scripture tells us, think about the things that are of good report. Think about the things that are good, that are things that are lovely. Think about those things. You know, if you think about those things all the time, that brings you a feeling. And when that brings you a feeling, we have to go with it. He doesn't let go, but I'm far away now. I want you all to understand this right here. Right? Why the scary movies we get to have the rush of potential harm. Yeah. So imagine right here. Let me ask you another question, okay? Let me ask you another question. Here's a question that I want to ask you. Sharon, imagine this. Imagine you had one life. Just you had one experience, one chance. Imagine if you had one opportunity to live. Just one. Just one chance. And you had the option to have love, happiness, peace. You can be miserable if you want to. You can be upset. You can be angry. You could be hurt, or you can have peace. You can have what you could do whatever you want to do. But you know, sooner or later, that time that you have here is going to run out. Now, would you spend that time in a place where you're not happy, knowing that you come here to experience this, and now all you experience is suffering, when you could actually stop? Can you? What if you only had one life to live? What if you only had one experience? Would you waste it on somebody who don't like you, or who's wasting your time, or would you have any excuses? What would you do with it? Randy said, I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. I like that. That's a Bible verse that I practiced when I rehearsed that verse many times when I was younger. It's deep, isn't it? Never say, you should never, ever, ever say, I want happiness. You should never say that. I hear some people, I just want to be happy. I just want to be at peace. I just want to heal. I just want. And anytime you say, I want something, it means it's not coming. It means that you're not choosing it. Because if you choose it, it will come. If you choose it, it will be there. When you say, I want something, understand that's not how, you see, like when I was talking to Dex, I was just talking to Dex just now. I tell Dex, don't say I want, don't say I am going to, say I am now. When you speak out loud, there's something listening. There's something deep inside of you that listens. And when you speak it again, it listens. And when you speak it again, it hears you. And when you speak it again, remember, in the beginning was the Word. In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God. The Word. When you speak, that's the beginning of all things. Some of you just using your words so reckless, so you're destroying everything that comes into your life. You're destroying every single thing. You think, see, when they taught you that in the beginning was the Word, when they taught you that, they told you that it was Jesus. And it could be. But the Word is what you have. The Word is what you speak. The Word become flesh, just like how you are. Because everything that you speak will come to pass. It will become flesh. It has to be a part of you. When you speak something, it becomes a part of you and of your experience. So in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. The Word became flesh, and it walks amongst us. Why? Because the Word must come to pass. Nothing comes back void. And I think you all are speaking, and when you speak, you know who listens? You know who always listening every time you speak? You know who always listens every time you speak, to every word that you speak? You know one person who always listens to every word thou speaketh? Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much. You know one person that always listens to every word that you speak? You. You listen. And every time you listen to that negative words, that stuff, that has anybody ever tell you something bad and you listen to it and you felt bad because the word matches what they said and your body feel so every time you speak that nonsense, man, the body listens, the mind listens, your spirit listens, and you are subjective to the word. Every time you speak, you listen. Choose your words wisely. In the beginning was the word. I thought that word meant Jesus. I think we are trying to be too complex. Let's be simple for a minute. Let's be simple now. Let's be simple. Let's be simple. Let's be simple. Let's go for it. Let's not try to go too deep. In the beginning was the word. You heard it. You spoke it. You spoke it. And you created this life with the word. Because every time you speak, it comes to pass. That's why it says, what's the scripture about? What's the scripture, Miranda, about the horse and the bridle? It was the bridle. You put the bridle in a horse's mouth, and it controls the horse direction. What's that? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Words are powerful. Your words. What is that word? What is that scripture again? I just read it this morning. I completely forgot it. A bit, right? Yeah, that bit. I'm sorry, not bridle, that bit. But which is the verse? Which verse said it? So I can go there real quick and read it, because I think we need. Listen, we need every little bit that we got, because I don't think we are focused. I think we just making excuses. Captain Pops, what's going on, man? It doesn't come back. It doesn't come back void. It comes back with something. It comes back with it. Every time your word goes out, it comes out with something. Oh, James 3:3. Let's read. Let me get. Hold on. This thing is taking too long. See, James 3:3. Boy, you are on it. You all be in the Bible too, huh? I see you all. You know, lately I've been loving the Bible lately, man. I've been loving this thing lately. Lord, I've been loving it. Behold, we put bits in the horse's mouth, that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole bodies. Listen, let's just study for a second. Listen, imagine if a bit could turn the horse body. Imagine what your words can do from the same mouth. Imagine what your words can do. Imagine what your words can do, man. Imagine what your words can do. Your words can do a whole lot, man. Your words can do a whole lot. Do you notice that God only gave us humans words? Nothing else have it. Humans and angels, as you say. Humans. The parrot might speak a couple words. But you notice that only human beings have the full word. And so it must be something about the word. It must be unique. It must be for a purpose. It must be for a purpose. It must do something that anything else can't do. It must be that the word separates us from everything else, from all other creation. It must be, because we're the only one who has it. But yet, look at how we use it. We filthy with it, ain't we? We destroy our whole body with it. You shall never say, I want to be happy. Thank you, Mercedes. I'm glad. We shall never say out of our mouth, I want happiness. Never say that. That's a curse unto yourself that you don't even realize is so cursed. You know, those things are curses that we don't even realize. I just want love. Another curse. Who's stopping you from getting it? Why do you want it? Don't you know that it was always present? It was always there? Don't you know that it's not going nowhere? What do you mean you want it? So you don't want to take it? Don't you ever say, I just want peace? What do you mean you just want peace? Do you know? Hey, Andrea, do you know, just like what me and this brother just did, if you go in a space and visualize and see your life the way how you want to see it, do you know it brings you peace in that moment? Do you understand that? Do you know The moment I begin to connect to this peace that I have in my imagination, do you know my imagination makes a way? Do you understand that it's your imagination that heals you? What do you think it was? It's your imagination. You have to be able to imagine. Do you know? Can I show you guys something? Can I show you guys something real quick? Let me show you something, okay? Let me show you something. Let me show you guys something, because let's make this make sense. Because I don't like to speak only. I like to show. We have to see it for ourselves, because some of you all are stubborn. Some of you all are stubborn now. So I know I have to show you. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm one of the biggest skeptics that you'll ever meet. But if your mind is under attack from what? What is it under attack from? So that means somebody came into your mind. Your mind is not a thing. Your mind is accumulation. Your mind is not under attack. You just don't know how to control yourself. You are anxious. When you are anxious, your thoughts are all over the place. It's scattered. Your mind is not under attack. That's just somebody told you that and you believed it. That's the attack. You believe in that is the attack. It can be meditation, but let's show something, okay? Let's show something. I want you to relax for a second. Relax your body. Sit down for a second. Right? Just sit down for a second. Just relax. Just relax. And just breathe through your nose. Just breathe through your nose. Breathe. Now, as you breathe, I want you to imagine each breath. Hey, Kat. It's good to see you too, Kat. It's good to see you too. As you breathe, I want you to, every breath that you take, focus on each breath. As it goes in, look at it going. And when it comes out, just look at it going out. Oh my God. I want that to excite you. Each breath, because this is life, because without the breath, there's nothing there. There's nothing else that exists. So every time you inhale, look at it going. Feel it going. Take as long as you want. Take your time to acknowledge it. And as you exhale, look and see it goes out. Whew. Now, as you keep doing that, first I want you to define what peace is in your mind. Define what peace is. What is peace? Peace is when everything is flowing good. Let's say a quick idea. Peace is when everything is going good. Life is smiling at you. Peace is when the Creator provides all of your needs. All your needs are met. Right? Hey, she dope. Imagine peace is the definition of when everything is flowing and you flowing with it. You're not resisting. You're not stopping it. You're not scared. You're just relaxed. Imagine that's what peace is. Waterfall. It's just flowing effortlessly. And as you breathe in and out, I want you to imagine. Again, imagine. I want you to imagine that peace that you just defined is all around you. You can't see it physically, but it's all around you. I want you to inhale that definition. Imagine every time you inhale, that definition goes into your body. That word, that meaning goes into your body. And every time you exhale everything that's not supposed to be there. Remember, the definition is God provides all of your needs. All your needs are met. Everything is flowing effortlessly. And you are flowing with it. You are flowing with it. Everything is happening. Life is going. And you have a smile on your face as you breathe, because all you have is life. You don't have life, you are life. And so every time you breathe in, allow that definition of peace to come into your body and have your body experience it. Imagine if your body could experience that experience, how would it feel? And begin to feel it. What will your emotions be? And begin to emote it. How would your thoughts be? And begin to think like it. How would your body feel? Don't it feel lighter? Your shoulders are dropped. Your heart rate has slowed down. Your breath goes deeper every time, and you surrender. Isn't that just peace that you just enter? You just entered peace. Congratulations. That is peace. Nothing has to change to enter that place. Nothing has to move. Nothing has to come. Nothing has to leave you. Nothing has to be there. You just entered the space and you don't even know how you entered it. You used your imagination and put your body in it. Thank you, Ela. Thank you so much. Thank you. She said, you're good at what you do. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm only good at it because I do it all the time. It becomes very simple for me. It becomes very easy. You just put your body into a space. Always a good one. I always find, yeah. The girl honked at me. I messed up your piece. That's all it is. YouTube, you all still there? You all didn't do it? That's all it is. So when you say, I just want peace. Hey, Kenneth, I just want peace. What you mean? You just had it right there. You can get to it anytime you want to get to it. It's like, I just want God. God is right there. Well, where are you going? Always on tapes to go sleep. Kissy. That's because Kirk's a spiritual gangster. But that's all it is. So never want peace. Instead of wanting it, same to you, Grimlich. It's a choice. You could always go there. There's a place where you can always go and sit and rest. It's right there. Was it hard? Can you talk about how to show men wife qualities without doing too much? Because you said men don't fall in love for the ones that do for them, but the ones they do for. Yeah, we always have a choice. The choice is always there. You say, can you talk about how to show men's wife quality? I think that was misunderstood. That stuff was misunderstood. I think many people misunderstood that. Instead of wanting it, be it, indeed. I think that video was misunderstood. I think people heard what they wanted to hear. When I said men don't commit to the women who do things, the ones that do everything for them. They commit to the ones who they do everything for. And I think many people took that and misunderstood it and thinking that, that means that a woman shouldn't do anything for a man. That's not what I was saying, right? That's not what I was saying, right? It's just saying when a man commits to you, he will do the things for you naturally. He will want to do those things for you. He will want to do those things for you naturally. And yes, you should reciprocate, right? Like I said, the man initiates, the woman reciprocate, right? That's just a natural thing that we do. And so when he commits to you, he does those things. Now, a lot of times the woman got to make up for not being wanted. A lot of times the woman makes up for not being desired. And what you do, you start to do extra, right? And you start to do extra and say extra and be extra. And you begin to give extra and you give extra just to make up for the lack of that distance between him and you. Because so now you begin to give and be drained. And just because you are given, you assume that the man will fall into place. But the man, the masculine, is not wooed by you giving to him. The feminine is. The masculine is not wooed by you giving. The masculine is the one that gives. That's what they want. Right? Right. Exactly, Empress. The masculine is the one. That's why we have this little pee-pee. This pee-pee is not to receive anything from. It's to give something to. It's natural. The pee-pee is what gives. The other part, the vagina receives. It naturally receives. You can't give anything. You cannot give. And this can't receive. So it's just a natural thing. So when a man wants a woman, in nature, he ain't coming up to you asking you for a loan. Because why am I asking you for a loan? Asking you for money. Because then how would I impress you to get, how would I, how will you be turned on by giving me money? I don't know how that works. If you gotta give me money, I'm not turned on either. It's just in your nature to give. A woman is just... No, no, no. I'm not saying that you reciprocate, right? That means you give too. But I think we give two different things from two different... If a woman is always giving, she won't feel secure. If you're in a relationship with a man and you're the one who's giving and he's not, you will never know where you stand. You will never know where you stand. If you are a woman in a relationship and you are not, and you are the one who is giving everything, you will never feel secure because it doesn't make sense. It's not nature. It's not the nature of a woman when you talk about being, because what? You want to be secure. You want to feel secure. You want to feel important. As a woman, you want to feel important. You want to feel secure. You want to feel, you want to feel safe. And when you're the one who have to give, you can never feel safe. Do you see what I'm saying? But here's the deal. Here's the deal. We both give differently. We give different things. The masculine gives something different. The feminine usually give something from the inside. That's why you are inner. That's why the woman is always the inner. You know, the woman is deeper. The man isn't. But you all want a deep man. We're not supposed to be like you. Here's the problem. Here's the issue. I think women want men to be like them. Hey, what do you want in a man? He has to be nurturing and loving, and he has to be caring, and he has to, that's what a woman do. Now, I know some of you all won't think this don't make sense. I know you all don't understand this. But I think, I think a lot of us are confused. I think a lot of us are confused with this men and women stuff. You want a man to be soft, and you want a man to be feminine, and you want a man to have understanding and this and that and intellectual. And that's woman traits. Do you all understand that? It's woman traits. And that's why they don't stay. That's why it doesn't work. You want a man to have woman traits. What happens when men was men? This is why it doesn't work. You want a man to be soft. You can't do this, you can't do that. Come on, man. It doesn't work that way. You gotta be understanding. You gotta be emotional and intelligent. That's a woman thing. That's what you were made to be. I don't have to be that. Let me go out and work the land. Let me go out and plow the field. I don't need emotions to plow the field. I don't need all this emotion to go and bring them cattle and kill those cattle to eat meat. Because if I had those emotions, I probably won't bring food home. Can you imagine me tilling this earth with emotions? I bet the earth feels this. I'm so sorry. I don't want to. Oh, I gotta kill this bug. Oh, I don't want to kill this bug. I know it's gonna bite all my kids tonight, but I don't want. I just leave it. And if you get bitten, just understand. He's just hungry, right? I mean, seriously, man, it's crazy. I mean, can you imagine? And that's what men are becoming now, because you know why? That's what you like. That's what you like. So they're becoming just like that, soft. They don't want to work anymore because you want them to be like you. Men are not men anymore, and neither is women. You want a man. A woman told me once, "Oh, you gotta shave your underarm." Oh my God, what? You want me to shave my body to look like you? Then what? Then what would be the difference? You want me to look like my son? That's weird. You want me to look like my son? My son is 10 years old. You want my body to look like my son's body? You want my no hair, no chest, nothing? No, you weird. And you all think that makes sense? You all think that makes sense? It doesn't make sense. It sounds like it does. Like he gotta be clean. Can you imagine back in the days saying that nonsense? Man gotta be clean. Well, what? Yeah, I guess you don't want to eat. I guess you ain't hungry. I guess we're gonna drink some boiling water tonight. It's weird, and it's just you don't realize it. So you gotta be intelligence. Let women be women. Bringing in any finances. You want him to spend all the time with me. You know, men back in the days, they went to war for months and months and months and left and come back. You're gonna stay with me. I don't want you to work this shift. Oh my God, this shift is too much for me. I don't trust you. I don't want you to be a part of me. Come on, this stuff is weird, man. This stuff is weird. It's some weird stuff. We are both responsible for this society. We all. Both of us. You tell me, Kirk, you have hair on your chest? Woman, I'm a man. I'm a grown ass man. I should have hair in my chest. If I didn't have hair in my chest, somebody told me having beard is having you have a beard? Why would you have a beard? What? Ma'am, because I'm not 10 years old. I am not pre-adolescent. I'm a grown man. I have hair on my face. I got hair everywhere. You should. It's not clean. It's not cleanly. It's not. That's not cleanliness. And you say cleanliness is close to godliness. What, woman? Go away from thee. Get away from thee, because I think thee is being ridiculous, being very ridiculous. It doesn't make sense, man. Doesn't, you want me to shave my whole body? You just want to be smooth. I hold you and we slip away from each other. You want to put all on my body too, right? Oh, his nails gonna be mannequin. What? Man, come on. You want us to hug and we slide in each other? I ain't got no hair. You ain't got no hair. We just smooth. Man, who I can't. Is this my body I'm feeling or yours? I don't even know if is this my. I'm not ever touch myself. Exactly where we at. I mean, for real. Might as well touch my own skin. I ain't touch my shit feels smooth. And then you're gonna be mad. Oh, see, you're touching yourself now, and I'm right here. Man, my stuff feeling smooth. Yeah, it's oily too. That's why these men doing now. Oh, shit. My face is there's no hair bumps there. Oh my. Oh, I get it now. We both sliding. We both oily. Nobody has no grip. You slide off of me. You can't stay on me. I can't stay on you. What are we doing? Slow slip away from each other. To have a beard is to display you consuming of. Hey, I'm telling you. But these days we want. Listen, I think. Listen, man. Then we raise the boys the same as how we raise girls. We raise them the same. That 35. I'm telling you. Listen, we're supposed to be different. We're supposed to be different. The Alaska bush for hunting season and forget to bring a razor. And after 3 weeks, my pits look like I had the hair from the nose stroke. I'm telling you. But so my point is this, man. Let the man be a man. And let a woman be a woman. And stop trying to change that. A man's, we not, I mean, have you ever looked at a little boy? Have you ever seen a little boy, man? Like my son. Do you have boys? Do you have a son? Do you notice that they're kind of different? They just little dirty little people. They're just dirty. They're just raggedy. I mean, if you have boys and girls in your home, do you see how the boys and the girls are different? I got a boy and some girls, and they're different. I thought my son was slow, but he's not. He's just a boy. You know what I mean? I thought my son was slow, but I realized he's not slow. He's just a boy. He's just raggedy and dirty, and he smells. That's just the nature. I thought the boy was weird. Hey, Creole Queen. But he's not. He's not like girls. So I'm not supposed to raise him like I raise my little daughters. It's not. Next thing you know, he's doing his nails too. I don't want him doing his nails. I don't care what nobody. I don't want him doing. I'd rather him not do his nails. I'd rather him do something else. Let's go outside and do something. But now we're trying to raise these little boys to be like girls, and now we complain about when these little men grow up. They're feminine too. They want to stay home and do their hair. And that's why I cut my stuff off. I'm like, I'm done doing this hair. I gotta always be in somebody's chair of twisting my hair in the mirror. I'm done. I'm so done with that stuff, man. I am. Kirk, you don't miss your dreads? No, I don't miss them. I don't. And I'm not talking about nobody else who have dreads. I just don't miss them because I'm being in the mirror all the damn time. You wake up, your hair is hair, and you gotta be presentable. Man, cut that stuff out. I don't want to have that anymore. You know what I mean? It's entertaining. Blessings. I'm done. I bet you miss your hair. No, I don't. I gotta sleep in a bonnet. Every night I go sleep, my wife look at me put my bonnet on. She didn't have no on. She didn't have none on. I got one on. I'm going to bed like, yeah. She's gonna be like, I bet she like, oh, that looks so terrible. How can you be turned on by this? How can you be? I'm looking at her like, how can you be? Are you turned on by this? Oh no, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the locks. I was just tired of it. I was just tired of putting bonnets on and spraying stuff. I'm buying spray. My sprays was like $25. Why am I buying $25 for my hair? I'm done. I'm done. Didn't grow up with my father. Man, I'm telling you, for real. Me neither. I never grew up with my father. I only had him for 3 years. Well, almost 3 years. That's so funny. Was it Saturday? It was Saturday. I had like 5 of them truckers too. I had a satin one. Thank you. I had a satin one. Hey, what's up, JP? I had a satin one. I had a black one. Then I had another black one that was longer. Then I had a green one. Then I had a white one. And then I had a couple. Man, I was like, I'm done. I'm done, man. I'm done buying these things. Let me cut this shit off. I told my wife, baby, cut it off. She's like, you sure? I'm like, yes, cut it off. She's like, you promise? You won't get mad at me? I just told you to cut it off. Why would I get mad at you? Kirk, be sure. Because you spend all these years growing it. See, it wasn't that dang long. She just cut my hair. She's scared to cut my hair. She was really scared to cut it. I said, baby, just cut my hair. She's like, I don't know. So I sat down in front of her, and she took one hair. I had a satin bonnet. She took one hair. She's like, I'm counting for 5. You can stop me. 1. I said, cut the damn thing off, man. I mean, jeez. I'm done with it. But that changes with culture as well. In mine, it was beautiful to be a woman with leg hair. You're right, though. You were right. You are completely right. I mean, I feel you. Back where I'm from, women had hair on their bodies. Back in the Caribbean, in St. Vincent, women had hair on their bodies. It's only when it come to America, it was taboo. I think America destroyed everybody. So you said send them for you? But seriously, man, listen, we have to be open. We are different. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. I think we're different and we should be different. But I think the women now want men to be just like them. Just like you want us to be sensitive and emotional and fragile. And you want us to, that whole emotional intelligence stuff, I ain't gonna lie, it's a feminine trait. It's a very feminine trait, but I think that you all think that is normal. Because I think now we don't accept each other for what we are. We don't accept our differences. And I think that's one of the reasons why relationships are failing. Right? That's one reason, right, that relationships are failing. Because I want you to be this, and you want, I want you to be this, and you want me to be this. Why can't I just, why ain't you enough? Why can't you just be that? And I be this, and let's join together. Why can't my differences, and here's the thing. When we both have our differences and come together, do you notice that we make up for what's missing? You want somebody just like you. That shit don't work. Having somebody like you, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But then when they are different, you hate the differences. When you have somebody just like you, that stuff is weird. Nothing gets fixed. If you both are like, man, listen, man, I'm telling you, it just don't work. You have to be comfortable in your own skin, and you still look great. Thank you. Thank you, Major. And yeah, it's true. Thank you, Records. Thank you. Like, I never understood how going to the gym alone makes crazy. Oh, makes you look crazy? Man, listen. Going to the gym alone is what I love, but my wife comes with me too. Sometimes she just kill my vibe, but it's okay. I don't mind, but don't tell her I said it though. She can't hear me. She outside. But yeah, man. But listen, man. What I'm saying is this. My whole point of this video, I made that video about people being hurt. People being hurt. Everybody always hurts. Everybody's always in their feelings. Everybody's always heartbroken. Everybody's always this and everybody. And I think we're not. There ain't a damn thing wrong with us, but our ego is just in front of us at all times. Is being triggered in a relationship a healthy thing to address the triggers and deeper healing? It's being triggered. I mean, we're gonna all be triggered. Everybody gets triggered. Seriously. Everybody gets triggered. And triggers just explains. What's up, Maxwell? Triggers is just something that you are not free in. It's like when you are triggered, it's something that you're not free in. And it's not about, if something triggers you, it's not the person who triggers you is the problem. Is the reason why you are triggered is the missing point. Because I think we are so focused on people triggering us instead of healing the cause of the trigger. And I think when we begin to heal the cause of the trigger, we become stronger. We become better. That's the whole point of these triggers. It's not to tell people, stop triggering me. Because the truth is, you will never stop being triggered. You will never stop being triggered. You hear me? You will never stop being triggered. But you have to understand, why am I being triggered? What am I believing? What am I thinking? That's what I'm saying. What is really going on? It's just something saying, I'm not free in this area. I'm not free. I'm not free. I'm not free. If I'm not free, I need to be free. So it's not me telling you stop doing this or stop saying this or don't act like this doesn't set me free. There's a lesson in it. Indeed. It can be good. Same like when a Libra and an Aquarius get together. You think it could be good? But seriously, man, these triggers, I think we walk around being triggered all day. It's like we walk around about to go off on people, just pop off, pop, pop, pop. But allow people to bring out your triggers. Hey, Empress Jessie, allow people to bring out your triggers. And when you say that you are triggered, you ain't got to tell people when you are triggered. And I ain't talking about when they cross your boundaries. I'm talking about when you are triggered. Because sometimes your trigger creates your boundaries, and that's not fair because people want to live their life freely too. And just because you're triggered, I can't do this, that's messed up. Just because you are triggered from the past, I can't live my life. And it's not fair. It's really not. You don't have to react when you are triggered. You can just acknowledge that you are triggered and learn how to stop reacting to your trigger. And after you stop reacting to your trigger, after a while, the trigger goes away. That's really what happens. You have to stop entertaining your trigger. I was triggered many times, but I had to learn. Okay, every time, just because you do this, doesn't mean I have to dance to your song, dance to your beat. I ain't got to dance to your beat because you say something. And a lot of times, what we do, we teach people how to disrespect us. We teach people how to push our buttons. We teach people all our buttons. We teach people all our buttons. Oh, and when you show somebody everything that hurts you, they're gonna hurt you. Mission is this life is to be liberated, indeed, at our highest spirituality, not making others like us. Exactly. That warfare punk just triggered me. Listen, man. Listen, Miranda, I ain't gonna lie. I used to see them comments and be triggered before. I used to be triggered too by certain stupid people comments. But I realized I'm not going to be triggered anymore. Because they have the right to express themselves. Even if I feel, I don't think they should. That's how they are. That's what they are doing. Their karma is theirs. I don't want to join into their karma. So I let them do what they are. But at first it triggered me before. But I have to understand I have no reason to be triggered. That person is expressing their own level of their awakeness. You see what I'm saying? Or their level of their consciousness, which is not really high. And so I let them be. But they'll get it back. It comes back to them. I just don't want to intercept. Because if it comes back to them and I intercept by feeling, then it comes to me too. We both get it. So I don't want to intercept in your trigger or in your karma. So when you do something, your stuff comes back to you. If I step in there with my feelings and my emotions, it hit me too. And I didn't do anything to deserve this hit. So I ain't going to feel nothing. I ain't going to have no emotions about it. That's why when I understood that's what trigger really was, I begin to take responsibility for my triggers. And I begin to heal my triggers. Why am I reacting? See what I'm saying? Yeah, why am I reacting? You don't know what you're doing. You're just living your life. Yeah, man, we be, you can't, I don't, listen, I don't care if it's your, I don't care if it's your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. You ain't got to tell them all your triggers, man. I used to pretend to get upset over things that I actually like. The people that didn't like me would think that pissing you off. But they were giving you what you, yeah, I'm telling you, man. And really, that is not used against us. Indeed, it's a used to be triggered to in relationships or videos. When I understood that we're different as males and females, it's useless to change anyone. Yeah, things get better when we know what to expect. You know, man, a lot of us get triggered in relationships. Period. Because we want somebody to act the way how we want them to act. And I think that's a lot of us, that's our biggest issue. I want you to act how I act. I expect you to behave how I think that you should behave. And so you can't be free. The relationship can never be actually successful because the person will never, they're not supposed to act like how you want them to act. They're not supposed to act and behave how you want them to behave. I think this relationships is to teach us how to accept. It should teach us how to accept people, how to accept each other, how to accept. And if you can't accept it, leave. Seriously. Looking like a young man? Thank you. What about when people portray one thing, but they were actually lying the whole time? Oh, people do that all the time. Fools do that all the time. People are going to do that. Sooner or later, the truth comes out. The truth must come out, right? The truth must come out. Sooner or later, the truth always comes out. But when it comes out, what you do with it has to be something. Hey, Susan, I think sometimes people portray something for a long time, right? People portray something for a long time. And as they portray it, we become comfortable, right? We become comfortable. And now we are comfortable and we see the real them, right? When we see the real them, now we can't do anything. You see what I'm saying? We want to, well, I see the real you, but I have to stay. I can't leave. I need to change. Listen, sometimes you have to be attached to nothing. Be open to everything. And let people, the truth will always come out. If it comes out a year from now, it's still the truth. I think sometimes we miss things. No matter how strong your intuition is, you're going to miss things. And when you miss things, you're going to see it 6 months later, 4 months later. When you see somebody's true colors 4 months later and you realize I can't live with it, then you have to make a decision. You have to. You just can't go from saying, you can't go by, man, you said you was this. I thought you was this. I thought you was that. And that's when we think the heart is broken. But the heart is not broken. It's just the reality is being truth now. The reality is being real. The reality has shifted. What you thought and what you see is two different things. And I think we get so disappointed and we hold on to the old, but we have to change the picture. This is what it is. No matter how much time has passed, this is the truth. This is what it is. And I think if we learn to accept the now, to live in the now and to abide in the now, we won't be afraid to date and have relationships. I think we can't live in the now, so we got to hold on to when things were good. Things used to be good, remember? Things was always good and things was good, and then we can't let go of when it's not bad and when it's not good anymore. And I think that's why we struggle. If you can actually, when you don't get hurt as much, when you can accept truth, when you could accept what is. If you could accept what is, dating is very simple. Hey, Jamisha, if you could accept what is, hey, Sharika, if you could accept what is, dating is not hard. Neither is relationship. Neither is love. The only thing is you think is love and relationship. It's not that. That's not the issue. The issue is you don't live in the now. You can't live in the now. And you can't be okay in the now. See, when things change, things will change. Things will always change. Happen in the vision and change. Listen, I'm telling you, it's just what it is. If you can learn to accept now, so when someone shows themselves, one has to make the choice. When you find the truth, something has to be done with it. Trying to keep things static. When you find the truth, if you find the truth and you do nothing with it, it's more pain and suffering, ain't it? This is why the truth sets you free. But it hurts first. First, it pisses you off, then it sets you free. If you do nothing with that truth, you get roasted. You get abused with it. You get hurt over more. And I think the truth is what hurts you the most, because that's why we hate the truth. Because when we see the truth, we suffer. I can't, right? When you see somebody's true colors, you found out they're ugly about them, you can't take it, because the truth is what makes you suffer. Cling to the truth. Everything else is irrelevant. I ain't saying that it's not gonna hurt. I ain't saying it's not gonna hurt, because it's gonna hurt. But cling to the truth. Healing comes. It's a different vibration. The truth is a different vibration. It's a different frequency. So when you cling to it, when you cling to the truth, you cling into the present. The truth is and present is the same thing. Because there's only truth in presence. The present moment is the now. You have to let things be as they are. So why did it hurt? Why does it scare you so bad? Because our imagination. Listen, you see like what I did earlier? To put your mind in a space to imagine something like it is now. That is one of the best exercises to do with your relationship. I shared you all my secret before of what I do every morning. Even though I am in a relationship, I create that space in my mind. I imagine my space in my mind, because it could always get better. It could always have more freedom. It could always be more lovely. So even though I don't want to meet nobody, I visualize and I imagine me and my family. I imagine my kids, my son, my daughters. I imagine my wife. I imagine my home. I imagine doing things together. I imagine to keep that energy stronger. What it does, it binds you to that energy. It binds you to the end result. It binds you. It brings that end result to you. And then you can think from that end. Not of the end. You can think from the end. Think from the ending. So you could be in the end. If you want a healthy relationship, you have to think from that space. Don't think of the space. Think from it. If it's done to you, if it's happening to you right now, how would you think? What would you see? How would you feel? And you got to think from that space. And many of us don't know how to think from that space, because we could only think from this physical reality that we are right now. But again, the physical man cannot see God. The physical man cannot go where God is. Can you? The physical being cannot go where God is. And that's why your prayers ain't being answered. That's why your goals ain't being met. That's why you can't find peace, because you are carrying the physical man. If you carry the physical man, you will come short every single time. The physical man is left with physical people. Let the man be amongst men, but let spirit be amongst spirit. You cannot enter there physically. You can't be physical and enter into that heaven space. You have to evolve into that mindset, that spiritual mindset. You have to be that spiritual man. You have to die to them sins. When you die to the sins, you become a spiritual being. So what am I saying? Whatever you want, and you can imagine it like it's happening now, that means you have received it. And when you have received it in your spiritual mind, in your physical body, you will too. You really will. So all this constant talk about it is so hard, and this is because your imagination goes back to what you know. That's right, GM. Your imagination always go back to the hurt. You could imagine all the pain that you've been through. You could, you want to imagine all the hurt and all the people who lied to you. You can imagine it like yesterday. Can you all imagine this like yesterday? The ones who hurt you, the ones who lied to you, the ones who abuse you. You could imagine it like it was yesterday. But can you imagine the love that you want to experience? The feeling in your body? Can you touch it and taste it? You can't. And that's why it doesn't come. You have to connect to it. You have to be bold enough and sit there until you can experience it in your body. Your senses has to accumulate. Your senses have to actually touch it. You have to smell it, touch it, taste it. You have to experience it in your body. And that's when it becomes real. That's when the mind says, this is real. And since it's real, now I have to create it. Remember, you can only create from the inside. You can only bring on the outside what's on the inside. Yes?
Can I get some ice cream?
Sure.
Thank you.
You can only bring out what is from the inside. If it's not on the inside, it can't come out. It cannot come out. Love have to be on the inside for it to come out. Peace for it to come out. Relationship for it to come out. Finances to come out. Happiness have to be on the inside for it to come out. Your good behaviors on the inside for it to come out. Everything has to come from the inside. That's all that exists is the inside. The outside world is just a reflection of your own mind. Should I want you to come? Do you think someone should invite you to their home in day one? No. Don't go to nobody's home on the first date. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea to go to somebody's house. You know, somebody inviting you to their home on the first date is a disrespectful thing for them to do. We ain't doing that. That's disrespectful. They're looking for something. Don't go to nobody's house on the first date. They could, listen, people get too comfortable in their house. They do whatever they want to do. And you there looking like, oh, should I do it because I'm in your home? No, don't do that. Never do that at all. If a man is asking you to come to his house on the first date, you should probably not talk to the man again. I mean, shoot. I mean, I would advise don't even talk because no. Seriously, that's a bad idea. That man don't see anything. That man see your body. That man want to hit. Hey, but listen, though. Let me get off of here, man. It was good seeing you guys. It was good talking to you guys. Let me get off of here. It's 7:15 and I gotta go make sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, Dex. I took your advice from another video about not forcing anything for 7 days, and there is a shift in my relationship. Is it a good shift or a bad shift? Is it a good shift or a bad shift? Gina, Gina, I thought you was gone. It's a broke pookie. That's a broke pookie. I blame men, I must say it, and be petty. You all are a big bag of confusion with a side of drive me crazy. I love men, but y'all. But you know what though? Before I go, do you think people know when they pass? Do you think people know when they pass away? Oh, no. No. Before I go, let me say this right here. Hey, thanks, JP. Appreciate. Hey, JP, thanks for always being there, man. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Let me say this one thing. I was talking to a lady today, and you know what? Can I be blunt? Can I be blunt for a second? And it's gonna be blunt. Can I just semi-disrespectful? Can I just be blunt for just a moment? I want to speak freely. Permission to speak freely. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings because I think I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings. I know I will hurt somebody's feelings. But I want to be blunt for 1 minute, okay? Let me be blunt. I want to be blunt. And please don't take this the wrong way. Listen. How do I put this? Listen. Here's a very bad idea that you all don't realize that's a bad idea. Ladies, when you haven't dated or haven't been in a relationship for a long time, and you get to you being single for 20 years, 15 years, and 20 years, 25 years, and now you're in your 50s and 60s and you want to date, it's just a bad idea. It's just a bad idea. It's just a terrible idea. It's just ridiculous. Because it's like you lose, it's like you become like a child again. It's like you are completely slow. You have no idea. You feel lost. You're confused. You don't know how to read language. You don't know how to read body language. You don't know what to do. You are completely confused. You are awkward. You become very weird and awkward because you had no human interaction. No, it's weird. And I think you all need to learn this. If you're going to be single for 25 years, stay single. Because when you come back in this dating world, it eats you up. It tears you up because you are weird. You become very weird. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys. Don't think that God is going to bless you because you stay without a relationship for 20 years. Please don't think when you come back in there, you're going to find a good one. Because I'm telling you, it doesn't work. A lot of you think that, well, I've been celibate for 20 years, so God is going to bless me. That's not how it works. So when you go in there, you expect the man to, you expect the good one to fall on your lap. And that's not how it works. Because you're taking too long, this long time of, you don't know what's going on. You sucked at dating when you was dating. And now you take a break from dating and you think that you're going to be better. No, you get worse. You get terrible at it. You don't know how to read body language. You don't know how to listen. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I know some of you all don't have no idea. I was talking to someone, and she wanted to know what should she do. Good, Ipeling. I said, did this man tell you that he doesn't like you? He doesn't want anything? Yes. Oh, so he said that he doesn't want no relationship. Hey, thanks, Dex. She said yes. But I don't know, though. Because things that he's doing, right? Things that he's doing now, I think he's changing his mind, right? I think he's changing his mind. I say, how you figure that? Did he change his behaviors? Well, he's hugging me and touching me. I said, but did he tell you that he wanted you? No. Ma'am, stop it. Stop it. Stop. Stop it. Listen to the man. He said he didn't want anything. He said he didn't want to be with you. He said he's not looking for a relationship. He said he doesn't see you like that. He said he want to be friends. He tell you all those things. Ma'am, stop it. Stop it. No, but I watched a video and it said that some men are hard to get and they play hard to get. Ma'am, stop. Stop it. You're going to F yourself up. Stop. Stop right now. Stop. What are you doing? Well, I'm just saying, the Kirk. But what if, ma'am, he told you. I said, that man, if a man is telling you, if a man tells you, hey, I just want to be friends. Shit, listen to that man. But what if his behavior is showing something else? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because a lot of people will confuse you. And some of you all are very confused because their words and the behaviors it's not in alignment. You completely lost. Well, he says, I don't want a relationship and I don't want you as for a partner. But on the other side, his behaviors, he buys me things. He said, why would a man buy me a Valentine's Day gift? Because he's nice. Does not mean that he wants to be. No, it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean that. No, it doesn't. I said, did he tell you that he want to be with you? No, but then don't assume that. Don't assume that a man want to. Don't stop assuming. Don't do it. Because you're walking in a trap. Okay. He told me a few months ago that he didn't. He said that he don't want to. You all went out. You went out and you said. He's telling you. He said, listen, we're only going as friends, right? He's making it clear. We're only going as friends. Because when these jokers tell you, yeah, T, when these jokers tell you, when they reminded you, hey, remember, we're friends. What you do next is on you. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes they confuse you on purpose too. Listen, I'm being honest. Sometimes these jokers confuse you on purpose. They confuse you on purpose because they know that you all don't listen. And you get confused. These jokers them jokers is raggedy now. I'm not saying that men are right to do it, but I'm saying they confuse you on purpose. If I told you, one got me, one got you. If a man is telling you, hey, listen, I don't want a relationship, what you do next is on you. You can't be mad that he hasn't changed his mind. But you touching me and you always spending time with me, so that means you change your mind. No, he trust me. He hasn't changed his mind. He's dead serious. Thank you, Angel. Susan, he's dead serious. He hasn't changed his mind. Trust that. Well, how do you know when he wants you? Did he tell you that he wanted you? No, then he doesn't. I don't care what he does. It doesn't matter what he does. It doesn't matter what his behavior says. Stick with that. I want you as a friend. There's nothing else that matters. Listen, if a man is telling you, I don't want you like that. What he does from that point, he can buy you a car, he can buy you a Benz, he can take you to see his mother. It doesn't make a difference. Cut it off. Cut that expectation off. It means he's dead serious. He doesn't want you like that. Because if I wanted you, I would tell you. If I wanted you, why would I say I don't want you? We ain't that weird. Listen, have you ever had a man claim you in the first day? Oh, I want you to be my wife. Have you had a man claim you? Oh, you're gonna be my wife. Hey, Deidre, how you doing? Have you ever had a man claim you in the first couple weeks? This joke has moved fast. What are you talking about? A man ain't claiming you and you think that he wants you? No. He can tell you that he wants you and be full of stuff. So there's two things. Yeah, Fresh. There's two things. This is how you know. Well, sometimes people tell you that they want you or they want to be with you, but the behaviors are lie. And sometimes they tell you that I don't want to be with you. I don't want to have a relationship, but the behaviors, they're always there. Sometimes, and I can understand why you guys are confused. I get it. I get why you are. I get why it's very hard. It's very confusing. I get it. But if you stick to this rule of thumb, you're gonna be okay. Fusing them, telling them I want them as a boyfriend, but be with someone next week. One of the best things to do when somebody tell you that they don't want to have a relationship, the best thing to do is to repeat what they said as you are speaking to them. Especially if you sleep with them, they slept with you and they said that. Say, I agree. I don't think we need to be together. What do you mean? Because, a lot of times, people operate from ego. And you have to understand psychology. If you understand psychology, you can... If a man tells you, I don't want a relationship, especially after they sleep with you, and when you find out, you repeat that same thing to him. Yeah, you're right. Oh, no, I don't want a relationship either. Crazy? Why would I want that? Especially with somebody one like you. I'm good. But we can be friends, though. I mean, we can be... What do you mean? What are you trying to say? And then watch them change their minds. Listen, you all don't understand. Somebody who's confused will change their mind quick. Do you know what's the reason why you all are confused? Because they're confused too. They're confused just like you. But in psychology, you could mess with a man's ego. I ain't gonna tell you how to do it again because I don't think that's cool. I can't tell you the secrets. But you all be crying and fussing and you all don't understand. You all be crying and you can do things that y'all think that you're victims. That's why you all don't use your powers. You all be letting people do things to you and you just taking it. Oh, it's easy. I'm just taking it. How you gonna take? What you keep taking it for? What you keep taking it for? You're grown. Give back. Do something. What's the point of you just being a grown adult and you just taking it something? Grow up. You all be taking things from people that you don't want. Why? Who does that? You don't take everything from people. But men, our ego is different. Ego gets bruised. Ego is different. Decide if that's the experience we want. Indeed. Serious occurring is become of the constant state of fear we have. Indeed, man, indeed. But I know. Listen, I know we confuse you guys too, man. I mean, you're confused. Don't get me wrong. You confuse us too. I think we all confuse each other. But I think purposely, we confuse you guys just to get what we want, knowing that your feelings are going to be involved because it's a woman. Naturally, your feelings are involved. All this. I want to be with you, but I don't have no feelings attached. Oh, it's a lie. If the sex is good, the feelings are attached. The feelings get stronger. How do you start dating again after 3 years? I don't think 3 years is that long. I don't think it's that long at all. To be that hard. It really doesn't. It really doesn't for real. But 3 years is not that long to have an issue with dating. I think it's not about learning how to date. It's about learning how to open your heart. When you open your heart, you see clearly. I think many of us, our hearts are closed. Our hearts are closed because of fear. Our hearts are closed because we are hurt. Our hearts are closed because we are trying to protect it. Our hearts are closed because we don't understand the power of having your heart open, that your discernment is clearer. Your discernment gets a lot clearer, man. Your discernment gets a lot clearer. And I think many of us don't realize, hey, Nova, how you doing? And I think many of us don't realize just how powerful we are when we choose instead of react. I think many of us react. It's not like the guy that wanted a new home. Yeah. You have to give yourself, Leon, how we doing? You have to give yourself a vision. The way to start dating, like I said the other night, the first thing that you do, you experience on the inside what you want. And you do it again. And you do it again. And after you believe that you have it, it comes to you. But you have to do it on a regular basis. If you want a job, if you want a car, the house, you visualize, you experience it on the inside. You start living in that state. If I had this relationship, what would I be doing? What would I feel? And you begin to live your life like that. Instead of saying I'm single, if you keep living your life, I'm saying I'm single, I am single, I'm single, then you can't live in the end because it's two different stories. So if you're gonna choose. Yeah. That's right, Nova. If you're gonna be one way, but don't confuse your mind, because when you say I am in a relationship, but then tomorrow you say I'm single, then you bring confusion, and a confused person is a divided person, and then you fail. You fail. You completely fail. So what you have to do before you date, and I said this last time, or I think it was a couple nights ago, before you go into any dating, you have to experience this in your mind. Give yourself that reality. Give yourself that mindset. Give yourself that experience. Give yourself those feelings. Give yourself that frequency. And when you begin to do this on a regular basis and do this, then you begin to live your life like you're already in that experience. You see, like every morning that I wake up, I go outside for 10, 15 minutes. Every single morning at 5:15ish. Every morning I wake up, I do this. I know you already been talking about this for the past couple of weeks. Every morning I go outside and I create in my mind what I want, but I don't want it. I already experience it in my mind as I'm outside. Fresh air, fresh breath, experience. I'm living in the moment. I'm living from the end result, okay? When I come in my house, I cannot just switch it up. I can't change my end result. I can't live like I don't have it. I can't speak like I don't have it. I can't act like I don't have it. I can't keep saying I'm broke. I can't keep saying I'm poor, because then it confuses the connection between the end result and now. And so if I create that experience on the inside, for those moments, I have to live like it's actually done. I have to live my life like it's already done. I do this every single day. And if you look at my life, you realize that my life is very simple. If you look at my life, you realize that my life is very effortless. I'm on live. I don't do anything. I don't do much. I don't go much places. I don't work hard. I don't do it. And it's because it's my life is on least effort. I put the least effort in. Why? Because I understand how the mind works. If you know how the mind works, you will actually understand. You don't need all that effort. Hey Fatima. So we have to learn, man. If you want to start dating in a relationship, you have to first give your spirit a direction to go. You have to place in your mind the picture, bring the feeling, and live in that moment first. And you do it again. And you do it again. You do it until it becomes easy. Hey Kofo, you gotta do it until it becomes simple. That when you just walk outside, you can just create the image in your mind. See, some of you all have to build up to that experience. Now, when I go outside, I can sit here and just imagine it, because I do it so often. I do it so often. So now the image is easy, the feeling is easy, the body remembers it, the thought comes. It's very simple because I do it so often. Yeah. I do it so often, though it becomes effortless. So when I wake up in the morning, I just go outside, bam, the experience comes. I'm living in that moment. When I come back inside, since I'm living in the moment, I can't release it. I walk inside, I'm still in that moment. When I'm talking to you, I'm still in that moment. When I'm coaching, I'm in that moment because it doesn't leave me, because I hold on to the frequency. It's something that you have to understand. All right, Ipeling, you have a beautiful night. How long did it take for you to master this? By practicing on a day. So I've been doing it for 10 years, but it's now over the past, I mean, I've been doing it for a while, but I know when the faster I want it to come, something to come, I have to do it more often. I have to stay in that vibration. I have to stay in that mindset. I have to stay in that feeling. So I have to rehearse it, rehearse, hold on, rehearse, hold on, rehearse, hold on, rehearse. And after a while, it becomes second nature for that one thing. Because like that brother said, how do you feel something that you never felt, right? And that's why you have to rehearse it, right? You rehearse it again. You rehearse it. Like, for instance, how do you feel peace? You rehearse it. So now when I go outside, peace doesn't leave me. No, nobody takes my peace, or nobody bothers my peace, or nobody threatens my peace, because I know how to get back and keep it there, because I've been practicing it for so long. This is why I'm saying you have to practice these emotions over and over and over. And after a while, the body stays there. You see, like when you practice anger over and over and over, the body stays in it. It's hard to get out of it. When you practice depression over and over, the body stays there. But when you practice love and love and love, the body stays in it. I'm telling you, it stays in it. The body keeps score, and you keep doing it. When you practice gratitude, the body stays there. You practice, you get the body accustomed to it. The spirit, it stays there. Affirmation helps a big time. Affirmation, you know what I do sometimes too, man? When I breathe in, I speak the words that I breathe in. And as I affirm it, I experience it. Because one of the best ways to experience peace is to repeat, I am peace. I am peaceful. But when you affirm something, you have to make it true. When you're doing affirmations, you have to make it true. And to make that affirmation true is the feeling that comes to you when you say it. If you say, I am peaceful, and the feeling is not there, it doesn't match, it doesn't work. You can say, I am peaceful all day, I am wealthy all day, I am love all day. If you don't know what it feels like, it doesn't work. So when you affirm something, you have to make it true. So when you say, I am peaceful, I have to visualize what peace is. I have to define peace. And when I define peace, I don't have to rush. I am peaceful. And as I say I am peaceful, I can visualize myself in that state. And when you visualize that, as you say it, it makes it a fact. It makes it true. Because the mind does not know the difference between fiction and non-fiction. So affirmation is the way of saying something that you can create an image in your mind as you speak it intentionally, so that you can be in that space now. Because you cannot affirm for tomorrow. You can only affirm what you are now. If you don't know how to connect to the feeling, define what you think it means and experience it in your mind. We're gonna listen to music, like one of those, make a song, you'll memorize like a regular song. Indeed, indeed, indeed. So when it comes to these, like for instance, people who are not healed. See, like how people say, I need healing. Can you imagine yourself being healed? You have to speak healing over your life. And as if you were healed, how would you feel? If you were healed, what would you be doing? If you were healed, what would you be talking? If you were healed, what would you be feeling? If you were healed, how would you be? If you were healed, won't you be telling somebody how you got healed? Listen, one of the best things to do is imagine you talking to somebody, telling them, "Hey, listen, I was in your shoe, man, but I did this and this and this," and that will come. It will come to you so easy. Because it's exactly it comes from a place where you don't understand. It comes from a place where you can't see. And so when you begin to speak like this, remember, you are connected to your future self. And your future self is asking a question, how should I be healed? And the reason why it's asking the question, because it's already have the answer. You are connecting the future to the present. So when you ask the question, it's because you already have the answer. So when you ask the question, what would I do if I was healed? The future self begin to answer. Does that make sense to you all? Y'all kind of quiet, boy. Lord, y'all kind of quiet. When you get quiet, I don't know what. Hey, Yasmina. Sometimes I don't know what you all be thinking, huh? But you have to ask the question. If I was healed, what would I be doing? How would I be feeling? And if you want healing, healing is the present. You can actually access healing at this moment. Yeah, you could have access to healing in this moment. Do you want me to show you how? From the inside. Indeed, Kajal, indeed. You taking notes, Jamisha? I'm telling you all. Baby, but it's very simple, man. It's very simple. I'm making you think. Breathe by the words, imagination, then the practice. Yeah. Healing is very simple. It's not what you all think. The journey is hard. That's why I don't be on healing journeys. Healing is very simple. Thank you, Janice. Healing is one of the simplest things because you know why? It happens naturally. It happens naturally. It's a natural thing. It's a natural occurrence. It's nothing special. Yet it is. That's right, Angel. So if you want healing, can you see yourself being healed? Can you know what it feels like? Do you know what it feels like? Go ahead. Tell all your cells. Tell all your cells that I am healed. Tell all your cells that I'm healed. So tell all your cells that I am healed and mean it. And healing begins. And that moment, it begins. Healing begins. Healing begins the moment when you begin to feel like it is done. The problem is you don't know what questions to ask yourself. Healing, self-concept is key. Healing begins when, but you just can't say it. You have to believe it. It's all about faith. That's why Christ always said this one thing: your faith has healed you. Not me, not I healed you. He says your faith has healed you. You have to believe in what you are saying. That's why the word is powerful. But you have spoken so much crap about yourself that when you speak good about you... Listen, imagine you telling your son or your daughter. Imagine you telling somebody bad things every day. You're stupid. You're crazy. You're slow. You're this, you're this, that. All these things. That one day when you tell him something good, you're such a good son. Do you think he believes you? You're like, what? You're like, what? You okay, Daddy? I mean, think about it. So imagine you telling yourself over all these years, do this. I'm sick. I'm this. I'm so stupid. And I'm all these things. And then that one moment you said, I am healed, or I am good enough, or I am... Everybody's like, whatever. You're crazy. You're a crazy lady. You're a crazy man. This is why you gotta speak it continuously. It's a continuous thing. The moment, you know, the hardest part for me when I heal myself, when I begin to heal myself, the hardest part, and I say heal myself. I don't heal myself. Healing happens. I don't do it myself. It just happens naturally when I just remove all these thoughts and unforgiveness. And healing happens when you could. It's so simple. You all don't even. If I tell you how simple it is, you all probably won't believe me, because you all think that is something deep. Because you have been taught that you need pills and all this counseling and stuff. It's not really not that hard. If you learn to forgive, healing comes naturally. The reason why healing don't come is because you can't forgive. So you block it. You hold on to the offense. If you carry the offense, then you cannot be without it. Therefore, you will never be healed. Healing comes with forgiveness. Healing comes with letting things be as they are. Whatever comes, let it comes. And whatever go, let it go. It's very simple. You know what the hardest part for me to be healed was? You know what it was? Is to believe that I can be. That was the hardest thing, because it is embedded in you that you can't do it, that is only Christ do it, that no man can do it, and that you can't by yourself do it, and that you are just not right, and you are just not righteous, and you're not that. All the other beliefs added up. It adds up to your belief of you can't be healed. Because you think that you gotta be this, you gotta be like this, you gotta act like this, talk like this, you gotta be in this, and you gotta be part of this, and you gotta talk like this, and you begin to believe that stuff, and therefore it becomes hard to make you believe the simplest thing: I can heal myself. It becomes a task. It becomes you lose the faith in it. The hardest part of healing yourself is to actually know that you can. When you can pass that place, you will see how easy it is. You can touch your elbows, and bam, it goes away. You can touch your knees and the pain in your knees go. You can touch your forehead and all that things begin to drain. All that stuff. You can touch your heart and bam, it becomes normal. All that high blood pressure and all that stuff, you can touch. Your hands actually carry those chakras. Your hands have chakras in it. That's why people lay hands. If you know that your hands have energy centers, and you can just touch something and create energy and submit or transfer energy, oh, you can do anything that you want. You can do anything that you want. It's just that we are so separated from ourselves that we don't even see who we are. We look at ourselves from the eyes of the devil. Hey, Sandy Sands, how you doing, girl? Good to see you. From the land down under. I think we look at ourselves. Hey, Mimi, from the eyes of the devil, and then that's what we see: separation. We see separation. Yeah, man. So I'm just telling you all, man. There's healing in touch. Stop looking at yourself from the devil's perspective. Stop doing that. You're gonna be okay. But healing is natural. But first, you only have to believe that you can do it. If you can believe that you can do it, I am the way, the truth, and the light. I'm talking about you. I am. I'm talking about me, but I'm talking about you too. I am the way, the truth, and the light. No man cometh. Listen. There's a physical man, and there's a spiritual man.
Do you have a piece of paper?
Yeah, Mama. I have paper right there. Are you drawing?
I'm trying to make something.
What are you making?
A paper airplane that.
Can you come say hi?
It's a paper airplane that Graf doing because I had a video.
You want to say hi to them?
Hi.
Tell everybody hi.
Hi.
Tell them your name.
My name's Leah.
Huh?
Hey.
What'd you say?
My name is Leah.
Your name is Leah. And what do you do, ma'am? What do you do?
For a living?
Yeah, for a living.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what? But you said it.
Yeah, but I don't know what that means.
Well, you go to school for a living, right?
No.
You don't go to school for a living?
No.
I thought you did.
I draw.
You draw for a living.
And build stuff out of paper.
Yeah.
And boxes.
You want to tell them how smart you are?
Oh, I got all A's.
You got all A's?
Yeah.
And you're in the gifted program too?
Yeah.
How you get to be in the gifted program?
Because I have 90-somethings and all 100s.
Ooh, so you're smart, huh?
It's more than half the people in my class.
Well, you a genius. Somebody said that you're pretty.
Thank you.
Just all right, Mama. Go ahead.
Why you do that?
Let me get off of here, man. He said, let me get off of here. You all have a beautiful, 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 beautiful evening. I hope that you. Oh, he's 3. You all be blessed. All right. Let me go and do some. Yeah, she a genius, man. She is a genius. Smarter than half the people in her class. You heard that too? You all be blessed, all right? Yeah, thank you for a conversation and thank you for coming. Thank you for just keeping me company. I will see you guys. Be blessed. Miranda, thank you. Jamisha, see you guys later. Dex, be easy, man. You all be easy, all right? I love you guys, man. Seriously.